Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, folks. Thank you for joining SKTV. We are here today for another edition. Let's share the show, folks. Let's share the show. As you join us, let us know where you're following us from. Let's share the show, please. As you join us, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, folks. As you join us, let us know where you are joining us from. Mr. George Yond is following us from New York. Big Apple. Now, if you tell us where you're following us from, we will definitely let's share the show. Yam, big boy Yam is watching us from New Jersey. Let's share the show, folks. Benjamin Phillips. The person that called that name, the way you call me, you got to have known me somewhere strategic. Yeah. It takes someone who knows me from way back then. And not anybody can just call me that. So somebody used to follow me while I'm playing. Benjamin, what's up? I'm trying to figure out who you are here. Watching us from Mount Barkley. If you can tell where you're watching us from without recognizing you, without calling your name, then I won't buy a different thing. Okay, you're not telling her where you're watching her from without calling your name. Lovely P.T. Perry. How are you? Thank you for following us. Thank you for joining the conversation today. As you're joining, let's share the show now. Don't beat me. There are a lot of Google things I'm going to tell you today. We're talking about the government that's ran by Joseph Boakai, who's the current president of the United States of America. Mulbert Johnson is watching us from Delaware. Joseph Greatness Hoffman is watching us from Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you guys for following us. Thank you guys so much. Thank you and thank you. Yeah. Let's share the show. Please and please. Let's share the show. So you see the title up there. The Liberian government, headed by Joseph Numa Boakai. Joseph Numa Boakai. No, somebody got there with, who they are talking about? Who's the talking about? That was the president. Joseph Boakai, what president got to talk about, you know? So I don't know why I could be getting that. Are the president? Who else was the talking about? Who else? Jowiak? Kunis? Tiawan Gonglo? Ellen Johnson Sirleaf? Charles Taylor? No. We'll talk about the current president. We'll talk because of the government in power right now. And the people that are leading us. So that the president we gotta make sure we hold accountable and we scrutinize. Simple. And that ain't anything bad. In fact, we promote if you look at it for we're promoting the image of the government, we're promoting the president. So I don't know why I can be getting vets. I don't get that. No vets. Anyway, let me start recognizing some people here. They won't pay your portion. They will get there. We're not even worried about you. To be very honest, we're not worried about you. To be very, very honest. These of you who getting there, you're the least of the word. The fact that we got your attention set means that that's a good thing. Anywho, Bruno Briswell is watching us from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Bert didn't know I used to watch her from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I don't know what's going on with you. Then the win election now, he just went MIA. What Bert didn't know? I'm Bert didn't know from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Bert didn't know I was please stay hold on the show. We didn't get from you again. You get Jordan. Papa Bert didn't know I get Jordan. Okay. Soon they get job now, then we can see them again. Okay. I hope the job wasn't game. I remember, we yell. We're staying in the trenches. Brett didn't want to get job now. We're going to get. Anyway, let me see who there again. Metro Kranga? Metro, did you get married a few days? Congratulations to you. I think I saw a conversation about that somewhere, either on SKTV. I wasn't paying attention, but it was uploaded. But congratulations to you, Metro. Congratulations. Big, big, big congratulations to you and your husband. Metro. I wish you got all of the best. All of the best. Best of the best. Let's share the show now. Yeah, let's share the show now, people. Give us a few more seconds. We'll be with you right now. Don't worry. We'll be with you. Don't worry yet. We're facing things. We're facing things. They'll be acting confused. We're facing things. Tell where you watching us from. Let me bring my man. Shegu, my man, what is going on?
What's up, my brother? How are you? How's everything?
My man, I got money on you. You pass budget. I there. We're looking at you now.
Who buy Bolly again?
Man, your
past is all over. No.
Your past budget. Lead that story.
Budget, when budget is being passed, it doesn't mean the money laying down. You must know that one. That just a figure.
Chief education. Yeah, no, I novice to it here. So the budget where your power getting story around.
You're not novice. You know about it in go.
Shebu, the brother where your power you making story around. When we getting our thing. No, my same way working, brother. I beg you. To the needle here, man. Same way working, my same way breathing.
I know about the people think so. Don't put me in Greek at all.
Well, Coach Abu Bakar, what's up? Coach Abu Bakar Kamara, what's up? What's up, my coach? You know, one of my, just before we get into this conversation, I will not join us. I will not join Monk. Monk, my man, what's up? Happy Saturday. Monk, happy Saturday, bro. I think Monk's still setting up there.
Hello?
Yeah, happy Saturday, bro.
What's up? Not much. Great day, nice weather. Great day to be alive.
Great day, nice weather. Man, how the weather in Minnesota? How's the weather, bro?
Yeah, it's hot today. I think they say it might go upwards of 65, 70. I'll tell you about the weather in Minnesota. We'll take anything we see. Anything above 40, 45 is a great day in Minnesota based on the weather condition here.
So you're living largely over there.
Yeah. We're right on Canada, and Canada is right on Russia. So if you live in the Midwest, in the industrial Midwest, and you get 50s, 45, that's Christmas ticket. Any day.
Oh, that's Christmas ticket any day?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, today we got plenty to talk. Folks, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night to all of you watching us and following us. Some of you are following us on your YouTube. Some of you are following us on other platforms.
Share the show.
Yeah, share the show.
Share the show. First order of operation. Share the show.
Don't check. Share the show. Don't check. Before we go to Shego to hear from Liberia, we want to quickly run into other news that will run my Monk blood pressure up just a little bit. International news. And international news can run Monk blood pressure up.
No. I don't need blood pressure.
Anyway, but folks, negotiations are still going on in Gaza for peace, but the president or the prime minister of Israel, Netanyahu Benjamin, seem not to be listening. He's still carrying on attacks. For those of us who are Christians, who are speaking in tongues and praying for Israel fighting war yet. Israel in reality, they're not living their own God. Yeah, they're not living their own God. I think they're living with God, they're living a scam. See where many people are fighting. Yeah, they put who you fasting and praying for, who you hungry for, they're fighting. What you fasting and praying for now? So Jesus can fight for them. You're not ready yet. And let's move on to the next issue. In the United States of America, the presumptive Republican nominee Donald Trump, the man stay on case while he paid prostitute to sleep with our former president. Again, that is the only. He mama you all day making no. He talking tired, no evidence. Donald Trump just talking all day. Go to the microphone, he want to the poor gag order on him. The judge say he can't comment on the witnesses, the jury, the judges. He can't make any kind of noise about them. When he filed motion, so he can be able to tell the judge that skin will deny that motion, brother. So on Monday, our former president Donald will be in court again. He will be in court because he paid prostitute money. You're hearing, so you were hearing, oh God, you forgot that thing. Donald Trump hustling buying a day, catch up with him. So Donald Trump is again handle. He making noise. Oh, that political last name is people who are watching him. Who are making that political thing, and you know political thing, that political people pay prostitute for you. This story, man. More, I know you want real, brother.
You know, you always give people partial news in America, you know. You say you don't want fake news, but you always come with CNN and MSNBC talking point. That's why I don't understand. Donald Trump believes, and 70% of America, according to the Pew Research, know that case in New York is political. It's election interference. It passed the Donald Trump on campaign finance reform. But when billionaires operate businesses, when they get their accountants and that lawyer pay on their behalf. So when they couldn't get Donald Trump on campaign finance violation like they did with John Edwards, they took it from the federal level and brought it to the state level to play politics. This was a case that was decided before they even started investigating Donald Trump. But like I told you, the way they want in Georgia is dying on natural death. Everything will die on natural death. And Donald Trump is praying for one thing. Donald Trump wants for them to throw him in jail. Because here's the thing. The judge, one Mackin, a political operative, he came up with a wider gag order. His daughter raised money for the Biden and the Kamala Harris campaign. She's a political operative. She went on Twitter page and put Donald Trump picture that Donald Trump will be behind bar. When Donald Trump went and attacked her, she deleted the post. So Trump said, you know what? This case is tainted because look at the judge, the man who's prosecuting me. His daughter friends all work for the Democratic Party. She raised money for the Democratic Party. She worked for Joe Biden and his vice presidential running mate. And now she got on Twitter that I will be put behind bar. So when Donald Trump attacked her, they went back to redefine the gag order because Trump said, they said Donald Trump violated a gag order. Trump said, but she's not a witness in the case. She's not even a juror, so I can attack her. So they went back and modified the gag order now so Donald Trump can remain silent, that they can lie on him and he just has to sit down and they agree and it will not work with Trump. Trump is pushing them for them to put him in jail because he knows what will happen politically. That's the game plan, bro.
So you are saying you are openly admitting here that Trump should disrespect the judicial branch of government, which we'll talk about the judicial branch of government anyway of Liberia today. We'll talk about all branches, just so you know. That's what we're talking about, the entire government today. But you want Trump to disrespect orders from the court, which in fact, this entire case, I want to vehemently disagree with you that it's a political case because they seen Donald Trump put Michael Cohen in jail when he was president under his administration.
Because Michael Cohen lied on an oath.
No.
That perjury, he lied. Now they don't even believe in your testimony.
No,
I'm saying the link. Michael Cohen lied on the oath. Why you keep giving partial information?
More than that partial information. The case was litigated under Donald Trump's administration. It was brought. They tried to kill this case. Unfortunately, they couldn't kill this case because it's a state case. It's not a federal case.
It's not a state case. It's a campaign finance violation. When they couldn't get Trump about violating the campaign finance violation, that's why they brought it to a state level because they know Donald Trump was president. He cannot immune himself from a state case. That's the point.
Let Donald Trump talking point. You can run with all you want.
It's not talking point. It's a reality.
The facts are the facts. The facts are the facts. The fact that Donald Trump got himself into this. First of all, he got himself into this by paying a prostitute hush money to shut up during the campaign. So nobody brought this on him. We can't say it's political.
Everybody plays PR is not normal in politics. Bill Clinton slept with Paula Jones. He slept with Juanita Broderick. We all know campaign finance law in America here. John Edwards, the biggest victim of it. Bill Clinton, he slept with Paula Jones. He slept with Juanita Broderick. Horse paying money is nothing. It's common in America. When you're a celebrity, you don't go look for women. Women come after you. Whether they want to come out, whether it's your political or your business reputation, you tell them, you know what, this is it. I don't want to go through that. You're not my girlfriend. I'm not married to you. It's regular two adult consensual sexual relationship. But something that happened more than 10 years before an election, you want to resurrect it, think you can use it as a man because you cannot beat him.
What do you mean? What do you mean, my man? You can't justify that. The same thing with
the case happened way before election.
The same thing with the case in Georgia. The same thing with the case in Georgia. They're playing delay. It does not mean that case is going away. No, it doesn't mean that case is going away.
You don't follow the case that you watch TV do. Because if you're following the case, you will know that even the Georgia DNA is under investigation that she will do that with Biden or Justice Department. Because
man, that's scam, man. And that's true.
No, that one is scam, but don't you know the truth, right? I think you can watch TV do. You come with some TV talk.
Man, lead that story. Lead that thing. Yeah, lead that story. But anyway, let's move on. While we're in the international politics. in international politics also, which tangles and intertwines with our local politics on the ground in Liberia. Lawrence, show up. Lawrence, welcome to the show. Lawrence, welcome. Which intertwines with our local politics, and we'll talk about it because this part we in other news before we get to Lawrence and Sekou Krumah. Our local politics in Liberia, I saw our board there with our president. They said they put us on a scam banner. Anyway, we get to Liberian politics. I want to discuss that one because we're coming both in that other nonsense that they own. We're not saying that for you to lie to the Liberian people. We're coming to discuss that one. That banner that you put up. In fact, they see paper that we talk about the other time that they brought from Liberia, Kula Fofana, Anthony Kesedi. Anthony Kesedi, one of Joseph Baga's friend, almost Joseph Baga's age mate. But we discuss that one in detail. He don't want to post it. They ready again to lie with propaganda. We told you on the show. You can win election with lies. You can win election with propaganda. You can't win it. You can't govern with propaganda and lies. But we'll start there and hear from Sekou. Sekou, my man, what's going on and how is it time? How the country?
Yeah. Liberia is okay. I'm not yet in the nation's capital, so our colleague there from Truth FM, Maybon, will tell us what's going on in Monrovia. But at the county level, yeah.
Joe Biden, nasty.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, that's you know. That's something I responded to. Sorry, bro. Go ahead. I had no idea that I was now on mute, bro. Sorry.
I mean, it's not bad. We've not heard any bad news. I mean, things are okay. Things are on course. So yeah, things are fine.
I mean, I had country for you. Just somebody like that and just say, "Now, yeah, bad news. Things are okay. Things are fine."
County is okay. The county is okay. I just gave an update, I think yesterday, that the superintendent of the county was able to call for a peace conference, 2 days peace conference. It has been held already. Everyone is gearing to working with him. Everyone's happy. The county is peaceful. Joe Boaka is doing well on the road. The trucks, the excavators, the machines, they are still on the way. You know, making sure that no car gets stuck between Grand Judah and Monrovia. Ganta. So I mean, things are for now okay. Yeah.
So things are for now okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Lawrence, I'm not sure what's up with Lawrence. If Lawrence has anything he wants to add from that part of the country. Lawrence, are you there with us? Is there anything you want to add as the country? Lawrence. Lawrence, I'm trying to fix things. Lawrence, not make it. Lawrence, where are you? When the local thing, Lawrence, not make it. Lawrence, where are you? Let us know if you want to add or subtract anything. We talked about the international politics just a little bit here, but let's talk about Liberian politics a little bit. Mr. Krumah, what would you say in terms of the three branches of government? Because sometimes we focus solely on the executive, considering the president is the head of all three branches. What is your impression of all three branches of government after the 90 days period? We want to take the whole government holistically now. What say you?
The three branches of government that constitute the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. I even wanted us to talk about them, but then everything has time. The executive got its work to do. The judiciary got its work to do. Most of these concession agreements and lawmaking comes from the legislature. And all the pressure is bound down to the president, which has the executive power to carry on implementation. And so if it's weak, then we blame him. Even if it's not done rightly at the legislature, we also blame him. But the legislature, with 8 members that had 3 functional duties, that's lawmaking, representation, and oversight, they also have some problems, and they need to look at that. Because in that very legislature, there are so many committees that have been set up, like the committees on petition and claims, or claim and petitions, where if people are dissatisfied, they're supposed to directly use Article 17 of the Liberian Constitution to instruct, peaceably assemble and instruct their representatives and petition the government. They go for protest block rules. So I don't know why they sometimes do elect their representative to speak for them, because if you are dissatisfied, you got some issues, you have to take your complaint to the representative. You instruct the representative what you want him to do. He goes in his house and bring this particular issue on the floor, because even if the executive has some pressure, they will take some executive power. But to making sure that what you're requesting for be actually done, they have to work in consultation with the parliament, which comprises the 2 houses. So they got their own lapses. Their oversight responsibility apparently is not coming out too much to the people who elected them, and the people even forget about the job that the representatives and senators are supposed to be doing. And every little thing people run directly to the president with it. Oh, we elected the president for this thing. We elected the president for this thing. We elected the president for that thing. So the president carry all the blames, and the members of legislature, they relax themselves, and nobody sees them. So I just want to let my people know, our people know, that the legislature has a very big weight and a lot of jobs to do in our country. Some of them don't even make reports. Some of them don't even come back easily for their recess or whatever break. They stay in Monrovia, travel out of the country, and it's hard for their own people to see them. Then when we go to the judiciary has their own little problem, in the sense that, I don't know about much Monrovia, but at the various county level, they have the issue of, cases on docket, and, it's been delayed. And the more you find justice delay, justice denied, and people are dissatisfied, they go into some situation. So all of the 3 branches of government has their responsibility in making sure that you have a smooth operation. The head cannot easily move without the eyes. The eyes cannot easily move if the nose is swelled up. So everything that is on the head works. So Liberia happened to be the head, and you have the government, the executive branch, probably maybe the eyeball, the nose, you have the judiciary, the ears, you have the legislature. So it's good that you brought this up, and it's wonderful that we all can go into it. We'll open the phone lines, let people start to know some of these things. Not everything will be mounting pressure. Just before I turn over, like the executive order that President Boakai signed, I think I share the legislature, aspect with you guys. That particular area, it was the legislature, the Senate, that resolved that President Boakai should establish an office for the War Crimes Code. It wasn't President Boakai who just sat and said, I'm going to establish that. It was the resolution that was signed by the legislature that came back to the president. The president went through it, and then he did exactly what they asked him to do. Okay. If he had done something else, that would have been a breach, of their own operation. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Monk. On a broader term, because we'll try our best here to tackle it by sessions or going through each branch of government. But Monk, what say you from a broader perspective of the legislature after 100-day, the entire three branches of government from after 100-day period? What say you?
Well, I don't follow these guys.
Are you there?
I'm here. You hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Monk, are you there?
I'm here. I'm hearing you, but I don't know why you're not hearing me.
I'm not hearing him.
I'm hearing him.
Let me log on. Again.
Okay, go ahead, Monk. Sorry, be talking. Probably my end here.
You hearing me?
I'm hearing you.
Steve, can you hear me?
Just go out and come back in, Monk.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me log out.
Yeah, Monk, I can hear you now. I can hear you, Monk.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry, it was my fault. I didn't turn off the button from my end here. Sorry, go ahead.
I always take my position. I got a whole different view in politics. For me, the way I analyze politics is totally different. I see it from different angle. The one thing I know, all three branches in Liberia are not effective. I know that we got a corrupt judiciary system. Our lawmaker could care less. People don't hold them accountable. People believe in Liberia that election is all about going to the ballot box on election day and casting ballot. Whether there is performance report, they could care less. Whether it's oversight, people don't pay attention. They think that the way how the government operates is standard all over the world. That's what they are used to. So when it comes to oversight and people putting higher expectation on public officials, no, they could care less. Because if that was the case, they won't be hiring criminals back and bringing them back in government. So I don't pay attention to that. I know in every functioning society, the reason, they will tell people that there are three equal branches of government. I said, that's a lie. The most powerful branch of government is the first branch of government because they are the only one with the authority to kick out the chief executive. No other branch got that power, and they are a body. That's why in every industrialized country, the reason why they put emphasis, why you think in America they tell lawmakers you are only giving 2 years? Because they want them to be on their feet. They can't keep them relaxed because they know they are the one that set the agenda for the country. Even though the president got the executive power, but when it comes to the law, when it comes to the foundation of a society, they are the lawmakers that put the law on the book that determine the direction of the country. In the case of Liberia, it's the complete opposite. So whether it's the executive branch 100 day, I don't pay attention to this thing. I only be watching what the chief executive will do because at the end of the day, the entire first branch of government, they are one of the biggest cartel in the country that will rip the Liberian people off time in and time out. That is why they are not even open to the idea of a cross-the-board audit because they know they are some of the biggest criminals in the bureaucracy. So I don't pay attention to that, but 100 days. No, nothing going to change for them anyways.
So, Mark, thank you so much. And that perspective is what I'm not sure if what Sekou alluded to as well. But you and Sekou seem to be in the same line, directly and indirectly. But I want us to make it concise a little bit. For example, Sekou, the judiciary branch of the government, most recently, within 100 days of the government, released a criminal or a murderer, an attempted murder suspect in Lucas, who all evidences seem to be pointing towards him. By all indications, they released this man and he walked free. The judiciary branch of government, you could say, going back, looking on President George Weah, which Siane Yo was part of, released the suspects in a 100 million drug bust case. So this is an extension of it. But today, the independent inquirers, the independent probe, is reporting that Siane Yo, which is the Chief Justice of Liberia, is threatening that they're not getting enough money in the budget and the legislature got to come and explain the budget. If not so, they will stop the entire budget law. What say you? Is this a conflict between the branches of government? What say you about the judicial branch of government and how they've carried themselves in terms of the security and other things in our country? What say you?
All right. I think let me catch that first. You see, I'm not a lawyer, but when the law take a course, when the case is being adjudicated in the court and the court comes up with their findings, whether a guilty verdict or not guilty verdict, we need someone who has idea when it comes to the law to interpret exactly what it says. Because look, the thing is so simple. The government can lose a case in the court if the government who became the complainant did not provide sufficient evidence to make that particular person be found guilty. So looking at the drugs thing, where they arrested someone for 100 million or some people for 100 million worth of drugs in this country, why if the government failed to provide the necessary evidence that these people were found guilty, you expect the court to come up and say, yeah, they found guilty? Maybe no, maybe yes. Why if in the case of this particular guy, Lucas, who was being released, Lucas has his own explanation. Lucas said it was a motorcyclist who was attempting to kill him, who was running after him, who attempted. Then the motorcyclist on the other hand said Lucas was attempting to kill this particular woman. So who is the evidence?
And what did the woman say?
Who?
The victim. What did the victim say?
The woman said the only thing remember is when she found herself later on at the hospital because she went off. Now,
how did she go off? Let me go back. How did she go off? Because we need to be clear on these things. How did she go off?
She explained that she was being knocked
by
Lucas with an iron.
Okay.
That's what she explained. She was being knocked by Lucas with an iron. But then she went off. Now, there are other explanations that she gave why she was off. You and myself weren't there. Now, did they provide sufficient information to prove that Lucas is guilty of this particular crime alleged against him? The people who went through this case as lawyers, if they have that time, we could invite them, let them explain if there is possibility. The people who even adjudicated and came up with their not guilty verdict, is there time to also invite them, let them tell the Liberian people why this thing went on? Because the law is so funny.
Did you have the opportunity to listen? I understand you're trying to create balance here. Did you have the opportunity to listen to the recordings of lawyers from Lucas and other people trying to compromise the?
I didn't listen to that. I didn't listen to that.
Okay, so if Lucas was not guilty, he didn't do anything wrong. Let's keep all factor constant as you were asserting. And I mean, I'm not saying this is your position, but you're just going on based on what you've heard so far, different arguments. But let's keep everything constant. Why did the lawyer go to compromise Lucas's Jessica's mother? Why did they go there to do that? Secondly, let's go back to the let's go back to a little bit.
I just want to please, Steve. Now, this is another point. Steve, you are in the United States of America. It's also out of this country. But Steve, the lawyers, the magistrate, the judges that are assigned in various counties, the county public defenders, Steve, come to Liberia and see the life of these people we are talking about.
But what does that matter?
No, I'm coming. What I'm trying to say here is, for you to get a fair trial from court nowadays, it will be somehow crazy, in a sense, that the very people who are going to carry on these adjudication processes, they're broke, Steve. So sometimes when you got money, you can't really be found guilty. you can beat the system and go away.
Okay.
So when Samuel will come back and say, we do not have money. I mean, they need to come and explain to us. Don't forget to know that public defenders in this country went on strike before on protest. Judges decided to go on protest because they were not getting allowances. They were not getting their money. County attorneys.
Okay,
Look,
I see what
the entire system, like what Mon said, this is why when people are mounting more pressures on the executive, like I'm like, what's going on? Because the judiciary has their own problem. The legislature that even agreed to the budget wanted to look at, and sometimes I think like, does these people really sometimes really look at the paper?
And we'll come to the legislature. We'll come to the legislature. But I understand your point. Let's hear from Monk on this. Monk, what say you? Sianeyo is calling for that they didn't get enough money, so they will go hard to the whole thing. Sianeyo oversee the 2 cases now, major cases in the country.
Yeah,
that's alarming on a hard judiciary power as Chief Justice of the country. They let 100 million George Bucks suspects walk free, scot-free. They allow Lucas walk scot-free. you understand? What say you, Monk? What is this?
It's nothing strange. There's nothing new for me. That's Liberia for you. The entire look. Whether you like it or not, you can sugarcoat it all you want. You can say what you want. Liberia is a failed state. Nothing in Liberia works, from the executive to the judiciary to the legislature to the people themselves. Everything in the country is corrupted at the core. Every institution in Liberia is broken down. All we are doing is trying to put a list pay on the pig. That's what we're doing in Liberia. So the whole idea, look, Steve, you're talking about drugs in the tone of more than 100 million. The average, when it comes to the national budget in Liberia, between $500 to $600 million. If you're talking about drugs coming to a country where they say people living abject poverty, more than 3+ million people. So it means that Liberia is going to be a transit station for drugs, because there is no way we can consume that amount of drugs. If the people, if the ringleader being such a drug burst were able to walk scot-free, looking at how you've seen an entire generation is being washed away by illegal substances, what it tells you about the country? She complained because she thinks that there is more money to be stolen and it's not there to be there evenly, that the lawmakers are the one taking the lion's share. So the people in the judiciary branch want their fair share. It's like, why do you think I consider Liberia to be a Chinese buffet? It's a place you can just go, anybody can just eat all you want. That's why it is. Steve, that's why it's it. Everybody's stealing, but the money has not been distributed evenly, and the people that are in the black robe or the black gowns want their fair share of the pie. That's why she's raising it. Steve, you myself are here when the issue about Nyombli Kanga telling GAC, don't come here. If you want to do internal.
Yeah, we're going to get to the legislature.
If the people in the judiciary understand that this whole thing, that is all about a Chinese buffet style, why would they not get a share? So she literally telling you that we know you guys are stealing, but in the process of stealing, just send our fair share. We are entitled as well. That's what she's saying in layman terms. That's why it means.
So you are saying,
yes.
So you are saying the judicial branch of government that should be checkmating, holding all 2 other branches of government holding them accountable.
Oh no.
In following the rule of law and doing what is right, saying it's okay.
Yeah.
For us to do it this way, but the only time we have problem is when you're not put enough there for us to, or when you're not give our own accord.
Steve, when they came out with a draft budget, before they drafted the final budget, go back and go and review. All that scam you saw Delone running away, coming, we increase our required budget. Just go by line out and go 3-4 years backward and see how these guys can steal from the people. They walk away with tens of millions of dollars every year. It's a procedure. It's a regular practice. It's like a cultural thing. So the people who believe that, we're counting for some great president to come one day, the children are like, which planet did he live on? Look at the report that came from one NGO that I know they were the USAID, that the vast majority of the drugs that they bring into that country for poor people, for people that are destitute, they are being stolen. And now the front page Africa came was story yesterday that say just getting pregnant in a rural area is like a death sentence. because the amount of women are dying to giving birth. And you think like, bro, will be better, or somebody is going to come and change like, bro, you are wasting your time.
And guess what? These same members of the 3 branches of government, when their wives or their girlfriends or fiancés or whatever it is are pregnant, guess what they do? They send it to Ghana to give birth. They send it to America. They send it to Europe and other places, as far as Dubai, to give birth safely and sound.
And sound.
And they gain nationality over there. The children are born, the unborn children gain nationality over there, dual nationality, automatically they become citizens of the country which they were born in on that soil. And the significant others stay to those places, get the best of treatments, while the poor people struggle.
Steve, just before you conclude, I'm not even cutting off on this, right? We all understand when a woman go give birth, there is a risk factor to that, but there are limited risks if you got proper healthcare system, right? Think about that. Everywhere in the world, there are some risk factor involved when you are giving birth because of the complication of giving birth. But in the case of Labrador, it's a complete opposite. The female is the one that is in a greater risk. That's what they say now. It's almost like a death sentence. It's not for the child. The risk factor that is not only about the child, but the person that is giving birth. Think about that. So, bro, you have no idea.
Well, let's move on to the other branch of government. We'll come to the executive before we open the line. Today we'll open the line early. But let's move on to the other branch of government, which is the legislature. Let's move on to the other branch of government, which is the legislature. Just before Sheku comes in, here's a question for both of you. The legislature, as we speak, apart from maybe Musa Hassan, Pinete representative, and Yeke Koluba, who have openly called on, and Yeke started on this fight, that the horse be, both horses go through this process of audit. Both of them have called on. Most of the other legislature, maybe we're yet to find out yet, unless they come out in public or they make a public pronouncement in support of this. They have said nothing about it. They have said nothing about it. Secondly, the same horse said, and I'm glad Sekou brought that point, Sekou Kuman brought that point, that they drafted this War and Economic Crime Courts bill, which came from the Senate and went to the president. Now, we can call on Joseph Yuma Bwaga for signing it, which we'll get to that part. But the truth of the matter is that criminal intent, that intent to stop what the Liberian people wanted, to water down it came from the Senate. It is a fact. We're not making it up. This bad intent to stall the process, this malicious, dubious, and deceptive intent to stop, to siphon this whole process came from the Senate. What does that say about the legislature? What does that say to you, Sheku? We get to the executive yet.
That is why I said the other day that in as much as we also have the right to dissent, because look, I like this program so much. I said this program, most of you on the program are the mechanic, and every time the car is spoiled or it gets problem, you will see the condition and fix it. And every time you align, they fix it. The legislature in this country, they need to make this country straight. Normally, you know that the legislature has been signing bogus agreement because of brand envelope, ranging from the Allen Johnson Sirleaf administration, coming down to the George Weah administration, and today you have the Joseph Boakai government. They should be more like proactive because they are the one making the laws. And the executive is only acting upon this. When we were talking about the signing of that executive order, I took my time and went through the joint resolution. The joint resolution. I took my time and I went through it. Look, gentlemen, when I saw that portion, when I saw that particular portion, if you want me to share that on the screen, I can even do that. That is if you want me to do it. I can even do that. It's number 6. They said that consistent with Chapter 2, Article 5C of the 1986 Constitution, the president shall issue an executive order to establish the office of the War Crimes Court in the Ministry of Justice and appoint forth a special envoy or officer in charge, the OIC, duly certified by International Criminal Court, the RCC, in The Hague, Netherlands, or the African Court on Human and People's Rights, or other international court and tribunal with the relevant experience, qualification, and competence in international criminal law and practice, to organize and coordinate all actions and activities regarding the court and assist the president to mobilize resources and to do all that is legally feasible, including the establishment of the secretariat, where applicable, to facilitate its operation and the successful implementation of its mandates. That is what they wrote. Now, President Boakai went and acted upon this particular thing. It came back, oh, President Boakai, this is because it came from. Now, where you found the president take absolute power or exercise absolute power, it means the president is coming to suspend the Constitution. And when the president suspends the Constitution, then definitely you have what they call state of emergency in the country. Because the president is not going to listen to the judiciary any longer. The president is no longer going to listen to the legislature. The president is now taking the bull by the horn, he himself. These people called the legislators, they are causing a lot of problems. Imagine, you put somebody there and they're about to vote you only yay. Right now in the legislature, both Senate and representative, you will agree with me that you just got few persons that can speak boldly in section and make cases. The rest of the people, they are in a position to raise their hand once they know that they're supposed to get what they're supposed to get. It is not their business. Even forget to know what they were elected for. So all of the pressure, all of everything goes down straight to the president. Oh, the president is not doing this. But don't forget to know, if there is a concession agreement or a disagreement, loan agreement that will come to this country for them to fix road, for them to do this, for them to do that, the president is going to make this negotiation. He's not coming unilaterally to bring that person and say, go and do it. It has to be legislated. Because the president will leave tomorrow and someone else will come. It must become a law before it takes place.
Okay.
Legislature has to be quarterly, regularly checked as well on this kind of program to making sure that they themselves know exactly what they're doing, because it seems as if some of them don't know what they're doing.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Mark, let's hear from you really quick, because from what I'm hearing from Sheku, from what he's saying, and I stand to be corrected, because it originated from the Senate, automatically Joseph Lumumba had no choice but to sign it. Whether it was good, whether it was bad or ugly, he had to sign it forcibly. But Mark, what say you? How do you react to the question I ask you? The question I asked both of you guys. How do you react to that, the legislature? What say you?
You know, when I was growing up, people used to talk about dictatorship in Africa. And at a certain age, I realized why people believe that democracy doesn't work in Africa, because we don't have the institution. And the vast majority of people don't understand the fundamental premise of a democracy. Let me tell you something. In a democracy, I keep saying it on the show, the reason the framework, the people who came up with the idea of democracy, the reason they came up with that, why you think that they gave the president limited power? They say the president got Article 2 powers. His power is limited because he's an individual. There is a reason they call the first branch of government the people's house. The president is not the representation of the people. The lawmakers from every single congressional district are the ones that represent the people directly in the democracy. So the people count on them the most. You see, they use a politicized thing. Oh, Madam Sullivan, the people sign 68 bogus concession. I said, you are pretending. I just say when they bring a concession, Madam Sullivan can carry in your basement and go and sign it. Why you think a president will sign a law and she will send it back to the legislature for ratification before it can become a law? Because the framework of democracy believes that when you send it to a body, that's why they are 73 and 103 in total as compared to a single individual. It's more than likely that the individual could make a mistake. but 73 people cannot get it wrong. That's why you have committees after committee they review so that they can do what is in the best of the people's interest. But in our case in Liberia, it's like a transactional thing that the voters themselves are corrupt and they always bring corrupt people. So, like I said, Liberia situation is like wasting your time, Steve. No matter how you say it, it's a waste of time. Because the question you ask yourself, how do you change such a system? That the people who are even voting these lawmakers, if they are corrupt, why make you think that the men will come to office and want to play by the game? Because the men know you yourself you are corrupt. And you bring up corrupt people, right? You look at some people that are on sanctions. 2 lawmakers from one county. And you voted them back into office. Why make you think that if a guy like McGill is giving a senator job, he's supposed to represent your best interest? You knew what he did. You know what he's capable of doing, but you said no. Sanction or no sanction, we will vote for him. You brought him back. So who's going to take it seriously? Where is the end goal? Look, let me tell you, Steve, there was a guy that called yesterday, the first caller from the diaspora. I have never heard a caller like that. He was so succinct and straight to the point yesterday. And he made a case. And the case he made here was the whole thing about the educational aspect and the generational disconnect. That stuff, it had me thinking the whole of yesterday evening. I was thinking like, that guy is saying something that is very profound, because for me, I don't see the exit strategy for Liberia. I don't see Liberia changing. Even if we are successful enough to get a better president, yeah, we want to buy into the idea that the president with a vision will come and change it. But my brother, at a certain point in time, the system will even force it to crumble, even if you got better vision. As in the case of Liberia, that everything, Steve, there is a reason they got caucuses in the House in America. You get a body of men who fundamentally believe in an idea. They form a caucus and they challenge the other lawmakers on ideas. With the exception, I'm not saying Musa Belete is a saint, but at least he has shown to all that he's ready for real business. Yeke Koluba, I respect Yeke than any lawmaker in Liberia, even including the president and every single presidential candidate in the opposition. I believe that Yeke is consistent. He always speaks the truth, even if it's not popular. He always standing for the ordinary people, and he always proving that he's not as corrupt as the rest. The question you ask yourself is, why we are yet to see a caucus that will keep the rest of their colleagues in check when it comes to corruption and protecting the ordinary people in Liberia? It's just Yeke crying every day, somebody calling him crazy. And the funny thing is, the people who have been affected, the victims, will be telling you, say, you were taught tired, no evidence. So, my brother, I don't know.
Yeah, quickly, Steve.
Wait, I beg you,
The issue of the issue of the auditing of the legislature. How they coming audit the legislature, Steve? You coming back to call the 50th tier, I mean the 52nd, 50th tier, and 54th legislature to audit them? Some of them not even in power. The people who just came. Now, how even start getting money? That they didn't want you coming audit. What kind of money they are giving? They were giving legislators 60,000 on the leadership of Madam Salif to carry on district issues in the various counties. Those were time to audit legislators. You coming audit them on agreements that is signed or concessions that is signed to receive apparently or allegedly $20,000 United States dollars. You coming audit them? Who coming audit these people? On what grounds are they
the GSC can audit them, number one. Number two, it does not mean because you are out of power, does not mean that you can be audited.
People can see everything
and prosecuted if there is any kind of wrongdoing there. So the issue of auditing is essential. Is there to serve as a deterrent. Is also there to set some records straight, because there are members of both 53rd and 54th legislature that are still in the 55th legislature. For example, Yomli Kanga Lawrence, and she was a leader in the Senate. She was a leader. She's been there for a while. For example, Senator Darius DeLong, he was in the 54th. He's in the 50th. So some of these guys have transitioned. For example, Edwin Mervyn Snow, he been around forever. So you see, so it is an important thing. It is a good thing. Let it happen. For example, Prince Johnson, he's been around forever. So, but here's the question before we go to the executive. Here's the question for you guys. Waka has veto power. He could have vetoed this particular bill that was sent to him or this particular proposal that was sent to him by the legislature in terms of War and Economic Crime Court. So are we saying here that he colluded? He's in cahoot also with the House of Representatives? That includes the executive as well? Is that what we're saying? I reach out to you guys. What you guys say?
Yes. You want me to go, Sego?
No, go ahead.
I mean, we haven't heard from Lauren. Let Lauren chime you a little bit. I mean, he just go.
Yeah, Lauren, don't make it today. So myself watching here, I don't understand. Lauren's talking about what's you, my man? Welcome to the show.
Be quiet. No, quiet.
I know it's not easy.
No, it's good to be on the show. I received a power fader from the powerhouse not too long, so I have to leave and fight to come back to face things. You know the issue about the country, more Steve and Koma. The people can tell, even when we lie down, we'll receive messages in our phone. The people say, we'll talk, we'll get tired. We'll talk, we'll get tired. Every day, I got some of the messages in my phone. People be sending it. So when it comes to the issue of about the Liberian government, some of them are not in our interest. The only person we are speaking for us is our brother Yeke. Yeke is the only consistent lawmaker who speak on the issues. When Yeke talk, people say, oh, the man crazy. The man are crazy man. In fact, even people that he's speaking for, they will say the man crazy. When it comes to the issue of the legislature, Steve and more, let me tell you, only a few guys over there in the interest of this country. The government will give them money. They say, go on agriculture break. Some of them will take the money to go in different countries enjoy that. So even if you come in that district, you will not even see rest garden. Cricomore garden say you can find it, but the men will collect the money to go sit in different countries enjoy themselves. So when it comes to the issue of Liberia, brother, we just got to bear and be here now until maybe when the old man can, he tell us for here, he say all different place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the question
let me come to that veto power.
Let's get to the veto point on this particular one.
The president can choose to veto any legislation. Any legislation, any law, the president can choose. But listen now, what's going to happen? That particular veto power can be overturned by 2/3 majority of both houses. So instead of the president using his veto power, what normally happens is that he extends the legislation. They can send it to him. He say, no, I beg you. You take this thing back and go. I think we must be able to do it. So that particular extraordinary section, it's very, very necessary for the national interest. And once he calls for an extraordinary session of the legislature, the president is responsible. Sometimes to sponsor that session because, yes, the people say we tired, we won't go. Say you have to go back for the particular time. So the president has a veto power, but it can be overturned by 2/3 of both houses. So that means he doesn't have that complete veto power to do that.
So no. He has the veto. He has the right to do that.
Except he suspend the Constitution.
No, he can. No, he can. He can veto it. And if it goes back to the legislature and it's overturned, then now it's binding. He has no right. But President Joseph Yuma Bwaga could have been on record on this and say, listen, these are my two options. I can veto or I can extend this thing to make sure that this is what we agree on what the Liberian people want. Not just prolonging and kicking the can down the road. The fact that he didn't do that is a signal that he colluded. He's in cahoot with both houses. And that in itself is a problem. That Joseph Bwaga had options here. No, you see, we can't exclude him in as much as it started off bad in both houses. It does not mean the president had to concur. Even if you are on record and they still push it, then he can come to the public and say, listen, I was on record. Go ahead, Amon.
Steve, it's kind of a funny to even suggest that Joseph Bwaga will use a veto in Liberia. First of all, there's the first presidency I've seen in my lifetime that even the lawmaker, the senator, they are more active in detecting how the president runs his own executive branch. Right. So what made you think that if nobody can have a pencil and a sheet and be canceling out people named that Joseph Bwaga sent to her and they tell you that it was a rescue train, that they control the rescue train, that they got the rescue train to where it is. What made you think that Joseph Bwaga will have the spine and the boss to check the lawmaker? He won't. Matter of fact, just recently, he formed a cahoots with them to even try to remove the speaker. So the idea, because I know when it comes to what I said, there is no need with party democracy in Liberia based on the current trajectory. Because how a veto power works, there are certain things the president can look for, we can even argue. And that veto power is almost like you're trying to negotiate. It's not in okay, it's not like they can only threaten just to keep the lawmaker in check. Say, guys, you do something better. Because when the president noticed that a bill is not it's unconstitutional. The first thing he will look for if it's constitutional, because sometimes lawmakers, they can play dirty game. They know that something is not right, but because they got that power, they can push some bill that is unconstitutional, right? That's why you get the judiciary brain to interpret in some instances. Okay, now if the president believes that certain bill is unwise or unjust, he can say, okay, I can veto. But equally so, even if the president veto, those same lawmakers have the power to override Liberian politics, because I want to tell you, it's a Chinese buffet. So when you see the CNN union talking about, oh, we need more money, because she know that these lawmakers got extra incentive and they are the one bathing in the free money. So they want their share. For him to sit on the show and be like, oh, Joseph Boga is going to threaten your veto when in fact he in the biscuit today. It's laughable, my brother. But I hear from our people, man.
Okay, no. We gotta go to the executive. We haven't come to the executive yet. And this is where we'll start, and then we'll start taking calls. The executive branch of government. Most recently, we heard from the EFFF big man, the EFFF, I don't even know where they borrowed the name from, a bunch of red caps, and they're making noise in the town. Emmanuel Gonkwe. You know, and you know, I wrote on my Facebook page today, I wrote a post this morning, who's really confused. First of all, let me say this to the Liberian people clearly about Emmanuel Gonkwe before I ask you my question about the executive. Emmanuel Gonkwe is inconsistently confused. You're here again. Emmanuel Gonkwe is inconsistently confused, and all that moral thing that he can be talking about, he's not a moral person. He has no integrity. I will bring my question out. The executive branch of government, Joseph Yuma Boakai, appoints Emmanuel Gonkwe to Freeport. Turn around and appoints the same Emmanuel Gonkwe on the asset recovery team. This is not the first time. There are numerous of things that we can say about the executive branch of government. Joseph Yuma Boakai started off with alleged corruption. For example, the accident that happened and the donations that he made. Up until now, they have not accounted for where he got the money, who gave him the money, and so forth. And by right, he's supposed to report that money if he wants anything that has to do with transparency and accountability. Second of all, the party chairman, Luther Tappe, some people call him Reverend. I'll never call him Reverend. Luther Tappe, the party chairman. The monies, first of all, illegally that were given to the chair people or whatever, because up until now they haven't told where the money came from. Monies from that money was missing. He has not accounted for it. The Unity Party, the executive branch of government, has not done any kind of investigation to report to the Liberian people. Third of all, Joseph Yuma Boakai calling the legislature to bribe them is an offense in itself.
It's alleged.
No, it's not alleged because people who were in the meeting talk about it. Even Hemo Ali, his Secretary General currently, what the young man name that they put to what the guy name, man? I just forgetting his name.
Going to LPRC.
I just forgetting his name. The current Secretary General. All of them said it. That yes, money was discussed. The only issue that they were conflicted on was the 5,000 and not 5,000. That's it. That's it. And the amount they were disputing, they must swear that the amount they disputed. We read an article here on SKTV more than once. We gave credit to Front Page Africa. The issue of the discussion of the money of the bribery was not an issue of contention. They all agreed that it was discussed. It was discussed. Just that Boakai brought it up. So that one, there was no contention on it. That the amount they were disputing, even the representative of Grand Crew admitted to it. So when you can raise the content, when you can raise the subject. So my question to you guys is this. What do you guys say about maybe the most recent one that you can remember? The asset recovery, the Rigma Rogue, and the legislature approving 1 million for the asset recovery, 700,000 and 300,000. What do you guys say about these things, especially coming from the executive? Let me reach it to both of you.
I think let me go first, then more come later. Look, when the elder of the house is not responsible enough to control the children, what happens is that the children go wayward. That's what happened. The legislature or legislators are the elders of this country. They are the board of directors for Liberia. They decide what to happen. The president is almost like a secretary to the board of directors. This is why the president reports to the legislature every year on happenings of the country. They seem legislative power to tear of them can impeach the president if they find it necessary that he's not doing the Liberian people's job, and he will leave. Nothing can stop it. They sat down, they approved a budget, and they know the president did not just request for the budget, that this is what I'm going to do with it. The president did a budget and sent it to them. They sat down and approved a budget for such thing to go on. If the work that was asked or the president requested that this is what I'm going to do with money and they didn't see it, it is their responsibility to also summon whoever from the executive branch to come and give account. They used to do that under other governments. Why are they not doing it? Because the elders are not moving. The elders instead is now thinking, or they are now thinking of even allowing the children to take the lead instead of they taking the lead. That we have to be very careful with. Seriously. Joe Boakai reports to the legislature every year. It tells you that Joe Boakai doesn't have a final say in this country. So what is the legislature doing? The Asset Recovery Committee, and let me say this without fear and favor, they are not going to be successful. Successful in a sense, every single person, Steve, is connected to somebody somehow in this country. If we go deep, I am connected to somebody in America that is closer to you. And that is how it is in this country. So, in fact, I read a book called The Beautiful Ones Are Not Yet Born. It tells you that the righteous people who are corrupt-free, they are born on earth. You only minimize corruption, but you can't completely get rid of it. This tells you that people who should be in the position to take care of certain things that will really hear result or give result, these people, they're not small thing. So to let that Asset Recovery Committee to come to Steve and say, yes, Steve, they will only do it in a sense that apparently Steve has been too vocal on the government, and Steve working in past government, he got a car, and and they need to take this car from Steve. You know how many cars the people kept in this place? You know how many houses past leaders built from government money that people know personally that they were not doing anything, that they went there and they built these houses? Now government should come to them. You never had money when you decide, when you got in government. You never had this house. Where did you get money before you built this house? Are they asking those questions? No. They only came out to say that particular thing. And this government, Joseph Newman Boakai government, will fail on the Asset Recovery Committee. Trust me, it's not going to hold.
Okay.
That will not hold.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sekou. Monk, what say you, my man? I mean, I'm a little confused about the Emmanuel Gongwe, who didn't stand for economic and freedom fighter, or whatever you want to call it, but they seen Emmanuel Gongwe compromise himself. In fact, the act of taking two jobs at the same time is corrupt. Let me say that to Emmanuel Gonkwe. You think corruption are for you to go steal money? The fact that you accepted both jobs at the same time, whether you did it in good will or whatever in good faith, maybe nobody won't tell you, you are corrupt, Emmanuel Gonkwe. You got no moral rectitude. You know, when we say some of these people get very well, your action is corrupt. You are a corrupt man. Why will you go and take 2 jobs? You know you already have a job. You already been employed. To do the right thing, you should have told the president, Mr. President, thank you so much. I won't resign from the other job and be with the asset recovery. Or I already have the other job, so I can't accept this job. You accept the asset recovery job. You own that for months. Then you want to lecture about integrity. You supposed to be integrity, man. You supposed to be somebody with integrity. Talking about you fighting for economic freedom. You are corrupt. Your actions are corrupt. How can you fight for economic freedom? Emmanuel Gonkwe, the freedom fighter, liberal economy, whatever title they got going on, your leader is a corrupt leader. You should call him to resign. Emmanuel Gonkwe should resign from the EFFL or whatever they call them. His action is corrupt. And you need to write Julius Malema and tell him that he got another corrupt leader because his action was corrupt. And he exposed himself. And he want to talk about can't go resume on a piece of paper talking about he moral man and he wanted money and he moral man and he wanted money. You moral man? You moral man? You took 2 jobs at the same time in the same government? You moral man? You're not moral man. I think the issue that made him for him to expose himself is because the other corrupt one that they put on top of the GSC that went and signed the deals. That corrupt one. Can you imagine John we have fired somebody? Joseph Bagay point that person? You serious? No, like the player, I know the guys not serious. They're not going nowhere. They're not ready yet for serious business. John we are. These guys are not serious. George Weah, who you say corrupt, fire this man or let this man go, and you appoint this man. The thing that made Emmanuel Gonkwe very won't say it because they free time him. What we say in Labrador, not getting some of the money. Yeah, you don't know how the days of the money that was pissing off. They say, I say, if you knew how the money was, they should be there. You were getting a cut on cover. You are not going to come and tell the public you got 2 jobs. Then go sit down somewhere, man. That crook. Then Emmanuel Gonkwe go sit down somewhere. Emmanuel Gonkwe is a crook and a corrupt man. Is that a serious man? You take 2 jobs and you probably can't make no. You see what man? You don't see what man? You got 2 jobs. You're compromised. In fact, a huge conflict of interest.
No, Steve, 1 minute, let me come in. You know, in our country, when you get more than 2 jobs, then it becomes conflict of interest. Conflict of interest. As we speak, we got 25 women from Grand Judea County in Ivory Coast. The woman who planned this particular meeting, a global meeting, she is a senator. She's not just a senator. She's also a high-profile person in the executive branch. She's not just that. In fact, from what I gather, she got like about 5 different.
Which meeting? Which meeting?
There is a global meeting going on. 25 women traveled to Ivory Coast to attend that from Grand County. As we speak, Zoe Penu is there. And I even sent someone from the radio station there to cover that particular program.
For what purpose? The global meeting for what purpose?
It's about agricultural fair or so. And it's going on there now.
So is this woman?
I'm coming to you.
Let me ask you the question. You made it clear that you brought a conversation up. Is this woman is that woman working with the Ministry of Agriculture?
She has a position.
Hey, brother, wait now.
I come here.
No, wait. We're not gonna let you carry information. Let us ask for detail. Man, we got to inform the public in detail. If you don't know,
they call this thing do a job or do a mandate.
No,
right?
No,
that's a double jobbing. People can become mayor, they can become senator at the same time.
No, hold on now. Is this woman that is carrying this delegate? Is she part of the agricultural ministry? Do you know?
I don't know about that.
Okay, very good. Who's paying for the trip to go there to Ivory Coast? Is it the government?
According to what I heard, she's taking responsibility of that.
Okay, so the private thing she's doing.
According to what I heard, she's taking responsibility of that. Even the first lady of Ivory Coast was a part of that particular process.
Hey, wait now. She's doing private thing, right? If that private thing, they will commend her. Private citizen can do private thing, that's bad thing. But once it's under the government auspices, then the government need to tell the Liberian people who she is, what her role, and what's going on. Because we got Ministry of Agriculture. They could have sent representative there. It's a good summit. It's not a bad thing. You see, sometimes you can have good intentions, but when you do it a bad way, you are still wrong. So if that personal initiative, then we commend her as a daughter of Liberia. It's a good thing.
Definitely bring patients on this program because she's with them. I will bring her on this program, and she will tell us more.
Yeah, but I still get issue there.
No, what I'm trying to say, in our country, when you hold one position, I mean, two positions is a conflict of interest. In 2018, when Kai Fale took over as superintendent, when we went to Ivory Coast, we met a person who is a city mayor at the same time a representative of that place. Two positions. What? Yes, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It happens. In Ivory Coast, you got somebody that got more than 3 positions in government. Check it up. It happens. But in Liberia, it becomes conflict of interest. I saw the man. He was introduced to us as the city mayor. He received us. In fact, our city mayor slept in his place. And at the same time, he's a representative of that particular place.
Well, that's crazy. It's ununderstandable. It's very confusing. That's huge conflict of interest. Not in the same agency, you can't pay no serious-minded government or serious-minded group of people will even welcome that. But anyway, let Monk. I know we haven't heard from Monk on this part yet, but maybe Monk will come. Let's take some calls and hear from our people on these branches of government. What's really going on?
What's your call? 081 14 35 04 0776 105 105. Let's hear you. 081 14 35 04 0776 105 105. Tell us exactly. You've been following our discussion. You can come up, tell us what's your take on that? What's your recommendation? What's the pieces of advice apparently you have? What's your own take? Let's be able to hear you. Numbers to put the calls on 081 14 35 04 0776 105 105. The line is open. You can be a part. And locally, we can pick you up. If you have an international call there too, then you can just pick it up from that point. When I receive any call from here, I will let you know.
Sure. Yeah, but in the meantime, so you said the case to Ivory Coast. I know because I was talking about Emmanuel Gonkwe, who I think is a confused man. In my honest view, he can say whatever he wants to say. I don't care. He can justify whatever it is. He's a confused man. He's a conflicting man. In fact, he should be ashamed of himself. If I were Joseph Yuman Bwaga, I would fire him. He needs to be fired. Emmanuel Gonkwe needs to be fired from Freeport. And Emmanuel Gonkwe also, if the EFFL was a serious group of people, they will ask him to resign or step aside. Emmanuel
guys, sorry, I was off.
Yeah, go ahead, Monk. I don't know if you heard the question. So the executive, I talk about a lot of different things they've done so far, but most recently, the executive, Joseph Yuman Bwaga, who's considered the man of wisdom, appointed Emmanuel Gonkwe to the Freeport. He turned around again and appointed the same Emmanuel Gonkwe on the asset recovery team, of which on the record here we told you that the asset recovery team was a joke. It was a witch hunt tool. It's one of the most stupidest things we've ever heard in recent times. They don't know what they are doing, and they need to put themselves together. That asset recovery team needed to be dissolved. We said that on the show. So, Monk, what say you? Emmanuel Gonkwe now coming now, want to claim that he got integrity, and he wants to leave the asset recovery team, wants to resign. What say you?
Well, just before I jump to the Emmanuel Gonkwe story, I'm going to remind our audience, you all know our tradition on Friday when we don't meet our benchmark, our quota, or at least half of the amount, we continue the next day. So I think you guys report our Cash App and Zelle information on the screen to our diehard supporters and how they call it, sponsors and people of SKTV, both home and away and everywhere in the world. But let me say something concerning the whole Emmanuel Gonkwe story. The Maya Gongwe story is a very complicated story, but it says a lot. It's something that we've been discussing. We told the president-elect or the newly elected president of the Republic of Liberia that everything that is started was off track, whether it was the assets recovery, whether it was about the whole thing about how they call it, said the audit. And Maya Gongwe just came to vindicate SKTV that the whole process is a shame. It seems like the asset recovery needs to be recovered. The asset recovery thing. You know, the thing that grabbed my attention in the whole Maya Gongwe story, he said two things. First, he said the reason he was coming out because he said there's leadership deficit. Matter of fact, not only the operation, but the leadership. The people who they expected to be the one with the experience are the one that proceeding like they never done anything before. At least for him, he admitted that I only read it in the book. I know that we also get 10% compensation for everything that we recoup in the process. And in fact, there was no, can you imagine the rescue team, all the requests he made for extra funding, there was no budget allocated for the so-called asset recovery team. Can you imagine that? Right? No budget. And Maya Gongwe didn't want to stop there. He said, even when the money came, up to now, we cannot even decide how to use the money when it comes to operation. Think about that, though. That, first of all, Joseph Boaga considered it to be something of a huge priority. We've got to recoup the Liberian people resources from the previous administration for this kind of a random looting, excessive looting. But
yeah, he prioritized justice and accountability.
The Maya Gongwe were operating on a pro bono basis. Then, apart from he not giving a budget to start to hit the ground running, just the way Amy Kroma crying for money, even when the money came, the asset recovery team cannot tell how they are going to allocate the money to be used for this particular purpose. And you know the funny statement Maya Gongwe made? When Maya Gongwe said he called the president, because he said that there are people that were only pressuring the president for specific jobs that are lucrative. I told you on the show before, I said, in the government, in the entire bureaucracy, like, bro, all jobs are not created equal. That's why Unity Party or chairman attacked Joseph Boaga and led a protest at his house. Because Freeport is the gateway to the Liberian economy. It's a very lucrative government job. So Maya Gongwe said, going to the Freeport to be executive trainer, I know it's a director for training, it was not the preferred thing. But you know what Joseph Boaga, you know the popular parrot what he said? The 11 players on the soccer team, all of them can start again together. So, I think what about the parrot? So he said, "Yo, put my ear, but you put ear ring." I see the telling Maya Gongwe. He said, "My beginning, the 22 players on the soccer team, you know, all of them. Let me put the free in the meantime."
Like a great Joe ball, like a great Joe ball. Before I level.
The Omega level, you said no, the 22 player, you know, soccer to get 22 player, but the 22 player, oh, they can start together. So, as men moving, men dropping, that will find somewhere good. Our country is another place on this planet, and that's exactly what happened. But in Maya Gongwe, you know, I respect him. Because he said it was a logical argument to make that we do nothing on a pro bono basis. I got a passion for this job, even though I never came with all the records and experience, but at least my integrity is something I'm trying to build as a young man to differentiate myself and the rest of the pack when it comes to integrity. So I respect him. I respect him for that. And for the fact that he could come out and say, you know what, it doesn't make sense because now that we got a budget, I cannot be receiving 2 paychecks from 2 separate entities in the government. So at the end of the day, I have to walk away from one. And for the assets recovery, I don't think I would want to continue the journey because even the people that are recovering the asset, they don't seem to be interested in integrity because they themselves, why am I going to actually try to say is like the people who claiming to come and recover stolen assets, they themselves, I think they are attempting to convert it to their personal use. That's exactly what you're trying to say, and I don't want to be part of it. That's it. That's
but Mark, a logical argument.
Yes.
That he posted or whatever it is for which he resigned according to him. In fact, I couldn't even deduce why he actually resigned, to be quite honest, because he has different reasons for why he resigned. I mean, which I thought was very confusing and conflicting. But here is a bigger issue. Emmanuel Gongwe, knowing that he's standing for economic freedom or whatever it is, he's the B-man or whatever it is, passes around all the top foolishness. My point to him is this. Why did he accept another job when he knew he was working somewhere else? Ain't he male or integrity? Why? Ain't he integrity?
Yeah, but
why did he accept the job?
But don't forget that the asset recovery thing is not a permanent job. It's just like it's an operation that is outside the traditional, regular, everyday government job. And at the time, they never had budget, so they were not getting paid. So maybe he thought, I think his understanding was, you know what? Say I want to be an integrity guy, maybe I can build a platform for myself, move into the future. I can help to be on this team. Because the one thing he said the president told him boldly that I don't think you got all the experience, but I trust you because of your integrity. You're a man who be like. I mean, I reached him on that. I mean, and Steve, procedurally you might not agree, but I think it makes a lot of sense from his standpoint. Yes.
Monk, before I got a call, but let me before I bring this man on, does it make any sense to you? What are the job that 1 day job or a 2 days job? Does it make any sense to you for you to be appointed national recognition while you are still working at another government entity? A person of integrity, he could have chosen between the two. He had options.
No, but he kept it.
He kept both jobs. So that means whether you like it or not, he himself is conflicted, he's compromised, and he's not serious. That's not how people with integrity behave.
No, you can perform cross function in government. You can have a regular day-to-day job, and you can also, if the president appointed to execute other functions in government, you can still do that. Like take for example, like Samuel Toy, you can be a finance minister and lead an economic management team. You can be part of an investigatory team. So I don't think
it's still within the scene line. No. It's still within the scene line. Leading the economic management team. You in fact, as a finance minister, you are the economic management team here automatically. So the president does not.
Sometimes the people can bring outside group to be the one to carry on an investigation
as consultants. At the end of the day, that person will still work by with you.
But the economic management team or the asset recovery, like I said, it's not a permanent position. It's not like to say Maya Gongo working at LPRC and it's not working at Freeport. But how long was it? How long was the asset recovery team for? Wait now, because the asset recovery team was empowered by the legislature.
Yes. It was accepted by them. Whether they did it the right way or not, they were welcome and accepted by the legislature.
Yeah.
Which makes a legitimate and legal function. In fact, as of today, I don't know even if they have a term of reference. So that
there is no term of reference up to now.
Exactly. So that means the asset recovery team could have gone for the next 6 years.
Yes.
For all that year. You understand? The fact that they don't even have no standard operation procedure, no term of reference or whatever it is, and he, Emmanuel, claiming to be an integrity person, why didn't he resign? Why didn't he say no? Mr. President,
it was mandatory for him to resign. Like I said, he could still execute both functions. And matter of fact, don't forget, when it comes to the asset recovery, their pay is dependent on the amount of asset they recoup in the process. That's why they're not permanent. They are not on payroll.
But they already set a budget for them.
Yeah, you can allocate a budget, but budget for them don't necessarily mean at their own payroll. They're not regular government employees like you would tell them to be like someone who work within or ministry with a specific job. These things are just exercises when it comes to the government function. So I think
it is unacceptable. It is wrong in this context.
See, man, don't go there. Don't do that one, bro.
Mom, but at the fact, you got a man who say he integrated Akon, put in 2 different governmental jobs, and you are saying you want to justify and go around it?
No, but Steve, that's why the man resigned, because the man thought it was a problem.
No, and that is my point. That is my point of contention. He should have not accepted in the first place.
No, he could do it.
Okay. Well, let's get a caller. I have a caller here. Yeah. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please?
Hey, Moses the Lofa. Emmanuel Gonkwe and the rest are bunch of hustlers and fraudsters. There is no way for Brazilian monk to sit here and try to justify Gonkwe and the other guys who are just simply trying to hustle their way to government because there aren't other opportunity for them to fit in. He sat there, he accepted the position that was given to him. He knew as a self-proclaimed integrity icon, he should have known better, either to refuse that offer, maintain where he felt like he needed to be at, but you can't tell us you are integrity icon, you're just stealing. And then Martin Colley, on the other hand, talking about he can't work with the individual who is at the top because he have character issue. He's involved in several things. Did you not know all of these things before you accepted the position? All of these, that's why I say Liberia's problem, and that's why I hear Monk continue to flip-flop between whether he sincerely believes in transformation for Liberia or he sincerely wants to fight for transform society. And he makes all of these comparative analysis, but then he himself come back and hit himself in the head.
How did I hit Lofa? The asset recovery joined the front up. Which one was given? No.
More, let it make done. More, let it make it done. You respond.
Okay.
This issue of integrity, Emmanuel Government had the chance to be that integrity icon.
Yes.
Or presented himself to be, but he chose to be just as much as a foster as the rest of the other folks in government, your legislator and other people. So there's no justification. The kid is not serious. They're a bunch of jokers. Thank you, Moses.
Thank you, Lofa. Have a good day. Well, go ahead now. You can respond.
I want for the man to be on the phone because I want to ask you a simple question. The job that was given to Emmanuel Gonga at the Freeport and the asset recovery job, which one of them came first? Because I think he got the two conflicted.
The job at the Freeport.
No, the job at the Freeport.
No, the job at the Freeport came first. He was at the Freeport,
right?
Yes.
Okay. The job at the Freeport came first, right?
Yes, sir.
Emmanuel Gonga opposed the economic management team because of his history or because of what he proclaimed to be.
Which history?
Yeah, and
economic
freedom fighter. What you want me to say? If you can hire other people, and why should Emmanuel Gonga be of any exception? And at least he has shown that he got some form modicum of integrity in him by walking away. Whether you want to play politics or not, that's a reality. He went there. He tried to meet the president. He met the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. He gave them his grievances. He laid out that things are not proceeding the way it should be. How many of them were able to do what Emmanuel Gonga did, including Ellis Coffey himself? How many of them?
So let's go back to your argument.
Oh man, we gotta give people credit to what credit is due sometimes.
No, let's go back. No. I'm not gonna give Emmanuel Gonga credit. I'm not gonna give Emmanuel Gonga credit. No. It sounds funny, but I don't think it's funny. Because here's the first thing. Emmanuel Gonga knew he was appointed already. He knew that. If he were a man of integrity, as he claims, what he should have done was to say, Mr. President, I can hold two positions at once. Plus, there is no term of reference. First of all, Emmanuel Gonga, let's be clear on this. Emmanuel Gonga has no history of recovering any asset in his life. And it's not personal, but this is just the truth. There's no history. You think passing around wearing white t-shirt and jean class and making noise makes you to understand the job? You really think so? I mean, let's be honest, man. Let's be honest. We can't sit down and applaud mediocrity and applaud these guys that are supposed to be the younger generation or the younger people that are supposed to stand for what is right. Oh, because it didn't go right now. Or then he won't come to the public to ally his integrity man. No, he was not integrity man when he accepted the job. The second job. In fact, this is a job. There is no term of reference to it. There is no time for which there is no, they don't have no standard operation procedure. He is saying, I know what's going on. He went into this job blindfolded. The same thing. And the reason I can say this, the reason Emmanuel Gonga took this job is because they wanted it to be the time also. Simple. Because it's not holding and they're not getting a piece of the part while they're making their noise. You can rest assured that if they were getting a cut on cover, they will not even say anything. You will not hear anything about it.
But if Gonga actually wanted a cut, then he should have stayed when the money came because he was there without even the budget. So
how you saying?
And the money came and still winning. Look, my man.
Guess what now? Listen, somebody sent me a clip of his assertion yesterday. Somebody sent me a clip. First of all, one of Emmanuel's point is he does not even know how the money will be dispensed. That means from day one, the plan to freeze them out is already there. They will be doing pro bono work. And that's what he don't want to do. All that jumping around, you saw them doing from the beginning, Emmanuel Gonga. You saw him jumping around the street. All that noise he was making is for them to get a cut. The fact that the leader who is there now is closing them up, the men went and signed for a place or location where all they knowing what's up. That's to tell you that they didn't get a green light. They will not seize them. So that's why decisions are made with all the acquiescence. Let me tell you something. Emmanuel Gonga would have stayed if they knew about the decisions that were made how the money will be allocated and distributed, Emmanuel Gongwa would have stayed, bro. Emmanuel Gongwa wouldn't left because he's in the shadow. Simple.
Okay.
I got another caller here. Hold on. I got another caller.
Okay. Good.
Calling from, please.
Hey, this is Anthony here. Steve, how you doing? Hey, Small, how you guys doing?
Yeah, Anthony, go ahead. I'm gonna make a point. Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, Anthony, wait. Oh, Mama, you know, she said, who? Monk. I'm saying, Monk. Anthony, see, said, who? My man, the man, bounce on. Oh, no. My man, you know, go see the man. May I point for it so you can go see the man live.
Yeah.
The man just show fit, brother.
All right. So, I think you saying no term of reference for the asset recovery thing. I think there is a term of reference, right?
Mm-hmm.
According to the executive order, when you read it, you will see that they spend their responsibilities. They will investigate, they will recover, they will do this. That is the term of reference.
Okay.
The term of reference is what you're supposed to do. Term of reference tells you your responsibilities, your functions, your duties, your roles, the things you're supposed to carry out, the activities of that particular duty or responsibility. So there is a term of reference. Now, I also want to address the issue whether or not it was a file also, because I have more exposure and say, well, it kind of also another statutory job, another somebody working at NPA and also working at NPRC. Those institutions that you mentioned, for example, NPRC, NPA, any other government institution created by an out of national legislature, they are statutory institutions. I get it. Also, when a president issues an executive order establishing any institution, any office, that also becomes a legal and constitutional of the government.
Yes.
Except that executive or institutional offices created by executive order are for only 1 year term. That's the only difference.
Right.
So the fact that this was created through an executive order, it makes it legal. All right. So for him to have another job and be placed to this institution called asset recovery, I know in Liberia people do it. That's where money is coming from, because if you remember, Serena Stephens was Solicitor General, and he was on the arrears. That's how they call it during George Weah time. All right, and then you have what they call Arthur Johnson was there. This scenario is Arthur Johnson, I think 3 months later, resigned at the government for that serious. And this is Emmanuel now resigning, say the government not serious. Martin Collins is resigning, the government not serious. The point I want to make is that while it is true people do these things, it is not proper. If that man is working somewhere, you can't take him and put him on another job.
Yep.
It is not proper for him to be receiving 2 different salaries. It's not proper in my opinion, but people do that anyway because the 2 institutions that he's working, they are government institutions established by law. So he cannot be working 2 places at the same time, be collecting salary.
Thank you.
Whether both fees and all that is not proper, but that's how it's done in Liberia.
Thank you so much.
Let me come to my final point here quickly, gentlemen.
Go ahead.
On the whole assets recovery thing, this thing was not done properly. The president put a bunch of faithful advocates and activists to recover assets. It's not going to work. This thing is going to, it has already failed. They have not recovered a single asset. Up to now, the JNB administration is yet to indict a single person for corruption. We go there and say, well, they're going to go after 12, Maggie, and all of these people. Not a single indictment. And all the responsibilities that the president assigned to the assets recovery team, these are responsibilities that are created by an national legislation, the Ministry of Justice, LACC, and other institutions of government to do these things.
Right.
This is duplicating functions. This thing's not going to work. Now you see those guys are already pulling away. Arrest my kids.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Sekou, welcome to the show. I must admit, you're looking sharp, you're looking super. I don't know, but I don't know. I know, yeah. You know what? Let me make you beat today on the show, yeah. I mean, yeah. James Bond, yeah, African James Bond. Right? Super. By the way, welcome to the show. What say you and what's going
on? Thank you. I'm okay. I want to say thank you to you and to Brazilian Monk and Sekou. So what happened to Melbourne and Lawrence?
Lawrence was here, but he was going in and off. He said he had some kind of problem. Melbourne
power issue.
Melbourne did not hear from him at all. Saying the link, but I haven't heard from him, so we're not sure.
So people calling me, I don't know, they want to participate on the show. But before I do that, I want to say thank you to all of you and to our many followers. The conversation is really good. I was listening to Emmanuel Gonkwe's resignation. I didn't even know that other people also have resigned, and I just heard Martin Colley and I don't know who else. I think there's no particular time to do what is right. If he resigns on something that we all believe was woke, I think that's a good thing. The reasons that he is giving for which he resigned, then we can talk about that. But resigning from something that everybody agreed that was not a good thing, that's not a bad decision to make. I think he did well with that. For all of people that resign, that's the right thing to do. But when it comes to raising government, I believe Emmanuel Gonkwe resigned based on what I just heard for not getting what he was expecting.
Yep.
Monetary wise. Oh, the people said we're going to be getting 10% of whatever we recover. That's why Emmanuel Gonkwe got on the street, start arresting taxi and everything else they can get on their hands because they're expecting the 10% without following the due process of the law as specified by the Supreme Court. And then, because accepting to work pro bono from the onset, that was because something was expected. The 10% was expected. So it's like, well, they pay me, they don't pay me. Then we're getting to work right away. And we're going to start grabbing stuff, people think from them, without arresting people, without arresting taxi. We might even be arresting, some people get their money from the bank account and all the money, then millions of dollars. We're going to drag something to on the street like a market dog and George. We are all they put in the $1 million Jefferson Koji. We're going to take all the money from them. Imagine, people are going to get about 10 million, 20 million, and then they're getting 10%.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they say they accepted the job without anything. But now, only to find out, first of all, the operation of the agency was brought to question. Their operation was halted by the Supreme Court at some point. And things that they confiscated at the time, things that they arrested, most of it were returned to the raffle owners. So Emmanuel Gonkwe did not see the money that he was expecting to be getting. He didn't see that. But then, when they got some money, when he said the money came, we didn't know how to, how to use the money. That is laughable and that's embarrassing. So my brother who said there was a term of reference, and he said it was illegal, that was Anthony C. How do you have a term of reference that you got money, you don't know how to use it?
Because the term of reference will tell you how to allocate
the term of reference with detail as to what you will do with the money, with everything that you will. Responsibility is different from term of reference. responsibility is included in the term of reference, but that's not just your responsibility, the responsibility of other people, the people you're going to be dealing with, the timeline, the process, everything should be outlined in the term of reference.
Yep.
But reference was just telling you what to do without giving any idea as to the other people that may be involved in the process. For example, why is it that the Supreme Court say they follow the wrong procedures? So in short, Emmanuel Gongwe resigning because the money he expected to get, could have gotten, he didn't get that. And when money came, he didn't get along with other people.
Yeah.
That's why he's questioning the leadership of those people. He didn't get along. So they could not share the money the way, he was expecting to get his piece of the pie. So to call long matter short, it's a good thing to resign since, the whole thing is just not working. Just be there. But reasons given for resigning is not accurate. It's not right. It's because of his personal gain, his personal aggrandizement, because he wanted something and he was expecting something and he didn't get what he was expecting. And he's not getting along with the guys, other guys. So he said, you know what? Let me not just be here wasting my time.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not about him. It's not about Liberia. It has nothing to do with integrity. It has nothing to do with being for Liberia. It's all about himself. It's all about ego, and he's not getting what he is expecting. Even if they say Martin Colley resign, it will be the same. It will be for the same reason, because they thought this was like a money making thing for them.
Yeah.
And basically, that's how it was designed by Joseph Boakai. But other good people in the country said, no, that's not how it works. It's not how you do things. And that brought the whole thing still me. And because of that, they say, you know what, let's forget about it here, my man. We're not getting anything. We just buy our money for nothing. And the people that are playing game with us.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Kane. And that's the underlying thing we said on the show before. They created a whole asset recovery team. The asset recovery team, quagmire here, to put money in the money pocket. That's it. Because they could not accommodate them, or they couldn't bring them in government job or whatever, they would get them PB position. So they were finding someone a loophole to put them. Nothing more, nothing less. Just leader integrity team. Man, I integrity man. He's already said the asset recovery job for integrity man. That man position. If you're integrity man for you say I want it. I already working somewhere. But the thing when you get him a pre-poll, he went out on side hustle. And
but now the people are saying that Maya Gunga got the asset recovery job before he was appointed at the Freeport.
Either ways, he's still wrong. I mean, for two jobs.
It doesn't matter. So did he resign from the other job?
No, he now resigned from the other job. He took the asset recovery job. He went to Freeport. He worked in the Freeport.
No, I mean, so I'm talking about right now, the resignation now. Is he resigning from the other job?
No, he's not resigning from there. He ought to resign. And he integrated me. Let him go resign from both now. He ought to resign. We said, look, the thing is glaring. The same laws they made behind CDC, that the same thing they're doing together, they're just doing it in different ways. These guys are hustlers. They're not serious to build a country. They don't want to
So I have a suggestion. I think sometimes we should do show for the public, and sometimes we should do show for subscriber or stakeholder only. We should do that. Live show, maybe other people can watch it later on.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are a few people that have been supporting SKTV, and other people are enjoying, the benefit. And you know what it is to do this thing 7 days a week. And when you say, your support, there are few people that come through. And other people just there to enjoy the benefit. Because when we say let's scale down our show day on a daily basis, let's do 2-3 days. That will not be fair to people that we consider stakeholders and people that are always supporting us. Will not be new justice to them because of other people are not supporting. But we can limit who to watch. For me personally, I don't go by those things we call view on this and that. It doesn't really matter to me. We can do show subscriber only. We can also do show. Only those that are considered stakeholder can watch the show live. Maybe later on after the show, we can open it to everybody. They can watch it later on. They don't have to watch and participate in any conversation and say anything, since they are not doing anything to support SKTV. That's my suggestion. Maybe we can discuss it in the back.
Yeah, I would say let's take a vote in the back end, and then once we come to that conclusion, we can decide when to, definitely. So, but I think it's a very good idea. I think it's a good idea because all fingers are not the same; they're not equal. So we understand the technique, and nobody's stupid yet. So we'll work behind the scene and we'll show it in the public. We're not worried about it. By the way, Sebu, you got any call for us order before we go any further? Sebu, go on.
No call up to now.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we got calls here. I don't know.
Yeah, let's take 1 or 2 calls from Mr. Cullen.
And I'll also be leaving you guys very soon too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's okay. 763 number, last 4 digits 7202.
All right, thank you, Mr. Cullen. This is Elvis calling from Minnesota.
Welcome, Elvis.
Thank you. I just want to appreciate panelists and appreciate Monk for alluding to my points that I made yesterday on the show when I called. I just want to say this, the legality of the asset recovery team, I don't think it's in question. It's legal. But in other words, it's also redundant. There are other agencies that could do that work more effectively, who have been doing it for many years and understand how it's supposed to be done. So, my biggest disappointment on the entire asset recovery team is the likes of Alex, Coffin, who have served the country in a, managing director position before, quite a high position, to be brought so low to serve on a team with some people who are unqualified to be in that position, and then to see the shambles that entire team has been in, it's embarrassing. I think the president didn't do his due diligence. Maybe it's not even part of his priorities that he really cares about. But I want to give you guys this little food for thought. Had we elected Alexander Cummings, right, I think we would have similar output, not because of Cummings himself, but like the same point that I made yesterday in terms of the caliber and the capacity of the people we have in the country. Take, for example, when Mr. Cummings was hiring people at Coca-Cola, the caliber and the quality of people that was applying for those jobs, the education that they got, the experience that they got, in that field, whether it was a managing, a marketing director or whoever, he was getting the cream of the crop from the global, stage in terms of corporate America or corporate business. But when he goes to Liberia, and you look at the quality of people on the ground, especially, he can't bring everybody from America to work in the government. I'm sure he's not going to make the mistake that Ellen made. So his understanding of management that he was going to bring to the presidency was going to be at a high level. But can those people that's working underneath him, his deputies, match that same level of understanding and action-driven, result-driven actions that it was going to take to improve this government? I think not. So it's all about the pool, the pool of people that we have who are qualified and competent to do the work of the Liberian people is very small. And most of us, either diaspora or most of the people who are qualified to do that work in the diaspora, they don't want to come to Liberia and work for $1,000, $2,000 a month. They don't want to do it. So like I said yesterday, we're far behind in training our people, in educating the future generation, because if we have a good leader who's coming in with the requisite experience and the capacity to do the work as a president, he needs the people at the bottom and the middle to be capable enough to carry out his policies. And right now, we don't have it. So I'm not going to put all the blame on President Boycott, but I think the country as a whole would need to build capacity, serious capacity building in the next 5 to 10 years in order for us to move forward in the next 20 years. Thank you for taking my call. I appreciate it, and I'll leave it there.
All right, thank you so much. I think I will take a few more calls, but I disagree with the caller. Seriously disagree. I will respond to it after this caller, but I disagree with the caller. Yeah, so let's listen to the caller here. Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
It's a good, hi.
Hey.
I'm calling from Detroit. My name's Gwen.
Gwen, how are you?
Good. I literally just got out of bed.
Okay, that's good.
I worked last night. I worked tonight.
Okay.
But I wanted to say a little thing about asset recovery.
Go ahead.
You know, I heard they gave a big budget, I think more than 2 million to the legislators, and they cut it down to like around 750.
Okay.
And then the boss man, Kano Climatic, who's making most of the decisions, like independently, he slashed half of that 750 to pay office rent for the year. So they couldn't find no place that they could go, or even government office that they could go. So they slashed. The other 350 was going to be used in pay. And at 15 people for the entire year, by the time he share it, I don't know how much it was going to come to. So there's talk out there that Emmanuel Bongwe had to leave that job because the Freeport job is more lucrative. He was going to get more pay. But when they share that money among everybody, it will not be much. So he decided where he wanted to go. But this is not even the point about the money. Then Martin Colley had to write the name and complaining about it. But from the very beginning, people who know have spoken out against bringing 15 people in, paying them extra, allocating budget for them. But we already have the anti-corruption view over there are supposed to cover government assets. They're supposed to investigate corruption and chase those things. So all those 15 people we knew that were getting jobs because of political reasons. They ran your campaign, they talk for you, they came to collaboration with you at the end, so you're rewarding them. So that's when we know that asset recovery from the ferry. Even if those people hadn't resigned, even if Martin Colley stay on it, all those people stay on it, nothing going to happen. It will be business as usual here, and we know that why it will be. I was just talking about commies. You deal with this situation with who is there now. If you into leadership and people are not producing and you keep them there, then that's your problem. If you get your leadership, you hire somebody and the person 3 months, 6 months, you see the people not producing, you have to fire them. So this is not for coming to bring people from, they're not coming to bring people from America, and when the people come and then they can do the job, or the people on the ground, if those people are not doing the job, Joseph Brother can do himself or say, well, by firing them, and keep on bringing people, hiring people that will do the job. If we can continue to give excuses like this, I keep saying we are not a fully special group of people that all made out. We just empty our mind with stupidity and continue to do the same things the same way and think our country will change.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Steve, I say I had some agreement with the first caller. The comparison stating that if this was Cummins, would have been the same thing, or maybe Labrador would have been suffering from the same problem. I cannot disagree with that, and the reason is because the reason why we are where we are right now is because of the manner in which Joseph Boakai made his selection. Joseph Boakai's selection was not based on qualification or experience or people with the technical know-how. And I can guarantee you, there is no shortage of qualified Liberians across the world to do the job. We are not going to limit Liberia or qualify Liberians to just those who are in Liberia or those who are in the diaspora. Across the globe, including in Liberia, we have qualified Liberians with the right expertise and understanding of governance that are available and willing to work. But if you have a scope as to how far you want to go in hiring people to do the work for the government, then you box yourself. You put yourself in a box wherein your hand will be tied. You will not be able to bring on board some of the most qualified people who are willing to work, because you are guided by certain principles, especially when you say, I'm indebted to people that supported me.
Yes.
Coalition. That in itself, in fact, some of the people they're going to appoint can even turn off some of the most qualified people to even come around you and be willing to work with you.
Yep.
The caliber of people that you decide to work with from the onset cannot, encourage or turn off other qualified professionals from across the globe. I know there are many people that I know that are qualified, both in Liberia and outside of Liberia, but they will not reach out to. They will not consider, because it is not supposed to say Mabuakai campaign. So if you are, let's say if this was Kumis's government, and Kumis open to reaching out to people outside of his campaign, outside of the CPP or the ANC, it would have been a different story. But if Joseph Boakai way of creating a government was just by appointing people who supported him, in fact, he couldn't give job to all of them. At the end of the day, he ended up creating some fake job, fake advisory position, non-existing position, marketing position for executive mansion, and a lot of different positions that were non-existent, simply because Joseph Boakai just wanted to make sure he incorporates everybody that supported him in his government. If the appointments were based on qualification, understanding of the work, competency, integrity, and for Liberia, definitely there will be no shortage of qualified people in Liberia. That I know for sure. I just wanted to add that to the brother, to the statement. There are a lot of qualified Liberians. But if you try to box yourself, try to limit yourself to say, I can only appoint people that supported me or that are in the Unity Party or people party that align with us, then definitely there will be shortage of qualified people, because all of them may not be qualified or have the technical know-how to run the government. So that's the problem. So Joseph Boakai problem and Kumis's issue will have been different if Kumis was going to be open-minded as to who to work in his government, without limiting himself to just those that supported him or that they were part of his campaign. I just wanted to make that clarification. Yasindik Martin Pei.
Yes, Rico, thank you so much for that clear statement elaborating on your thought on a Kumis campaign would have looked like if he would have done this. First of all, let's establish that it is against the code of conduct. Okay, section 5, I believe, is point 1, that you cannot head a political party and be in the government and working for the government funding agency. That's just across the board. I'm going to just speak vaguely. And then let me make another clear statement. When people were calling people, including me, about job, if you support Joseph Boakai, they will give you a job. We even saw people posting on Facebook and so the paper reached out to me. He said, support him. He would need my help to do this, to do that. Liberia has a lot of brilliant people all on the ground and here. That was one of the statements, a major statement in Mr. Cummings' or what do you call it, agenda. He said we're going to tap and train Liberians. We're going to tap into all of the talent to build our country. there was not limitation as to if you supported him. That's why he did not promise anyone. You supported him, or we supported him, because we believe that through his vision and his ability, okay, and his expertise, we were all going to build a tent. When we say big tent, the idea of the strong one to hold up and expand Liberia so that everybody can have access to the rice bowl. That's what he said. And Mr. Cummings' agenda is out there. He articulated it. It's on video. He wrote it. It's out there. He went from platform to platform to sell those visions, all right? What Liberia needs is a good manager, somebody with moral, somebody with ethics, somebody who understands where we are going to. You know, there's a saying that goes, if you look around you, most of the nation have changed. They didn't change because of the old people or because of the old idea. The old idea is what we know. It's the foundation that we have. It changes because of the people who authored that foundation or the tradition. For instance, you are in Arizona and I'm in Georgia. I'm watching you on Facebook Live. That was not something somebody knew. That was not the tradition. That was not the culture. In fact, when Facebook came up, our pastor, they were on TV, were in the churches and saying Facebook was the devil, it was the second coming of the Antichrist. Today, that's what we use to connect. All of the war that's taking place, most of the people who led that action, they have been young people. So the Liberian young people have to decide what do they want for their life. Okay? And the mothers, and I know you guys are about to go, I'm going to use a quick analogy.
It's okay.
My husband went to
Oh, what happened?
Yeah, the big bread, okay?
So we didn't hear the part you say my husband. Then it was breaking. We didn't hear.
Okay. I said my husband went to go cut the grass, mow the lawn behind our house today.
Okay.
But a bird had just hatched there. So the moment he turned that lawnmower on, all the birds, the family came after him and was chasing him.
Bread?
He left it. Yes.
Wow.
A bird. The point I'm trying to make is, if a bird can chase a man, although he could have stayed, but he thought to let the bird be, right? If a bird can protect its young, bird, B-R-R-D, can protect its young, what's wrong with us Liberian? What's wrong with us Africans? Why are we not prioritizing the future of our children, of our nation? Okay? And that's how I see it. That's how I see it. But thank you. I love the way you answer. Steve, you're right. You're doing a good job. You're continuing to hold the feet to the fire. But when you ask, what is the plan? You cannot get it in the morning, have a shot, and say, let's go do this. So I'm thinking, these people, this is a vlog to the Liberian people. All the noise they were making, okay, that were not the people in charge making the noise. And to go with the circle, since last year, how many American lawmakers have traveled to Liberia? And how many times have they traveled?
I know none.
How many Indian lawmakers have traveled to Liberia? And how many times have they? What was the essence of them traveling? How many Ghanaian ministers have been to Liberia? You think about it. Not ministers, but lawmakers. Ask our lawmakers. Why are they all over the place? They're supposed to be in Liberia. Only the economy. That was one of the biggest problems. That's their job. So, thank you. I just wanted to add my voice.
Thank you.
Thank you, so bye.
Appreciate it. Mm-hmm. So let's talk to Abraham from Norway. Abraham, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Brother Sipo. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How you doing?
I'm fine.
What's up?
Actually, I'm enjoying the show, but your response to that guy, it took my feet from the ground. And so the guy made us to compare us to talk.
Okay.
You know, I hope he's listening.
I believe he is. He's a good gentleman. I just disagree with his position.
What he said is that being communist, the same thing was going to happen. That's why he's okay, but the people around him.
No. Just Ibrahim, just a second. Actually, his comment was based on the fact that we don't have enough people who are qualified based on the way the country been running in the past, because people are not opening the door for other people. They are not training people. So I think it was based on the human capacity, based on qualification. But just Abraham, I will give you a chance. And the reason why I disagree with him, I just believe that the United Party is in this position because they cannot put themselves in a box without giving up the opportunity to those who were not on their train. Had they opened the door for everybody and be willing to reach out to other qualified people outside of the United Party and their alliance, definitely it would have been different. But go ahead.
Yeah. What he's saying with him that we don't have the human resources on the ground. Even it was in the American Human Rights report and also the Investment Climate Index report 2023. But there is a vast difference between Ome Boaka and Ellis Cummings. If Cummings unknowingly took somebody and that person started to mess up, in my opinion, based on what I saw, I can give 2 examples. Cummings was going to record the person immediately. For example, Evans Toba wrote a book. In fact, the book was in favor of Weir's wife because the reason why we are married her is Weir gave the reason, Toba gave the reason. So Toba was not accusing, didn't insult Weir's wife, but he felt that one way or the other, the way maybe the book was written, it was denigrating, and then it brought some backlash from the public. Immediately, Mr. Cummings asked for his resignation. Then the women went in the street, despite Mr. Toba was Toba resigned, but the women went on ANC's headquarters. Mr. Cummings opened his gates and asked the people to give them seats. The women that were demonstrating. Mr. Cummings said, we are going to do things differently. One of the instances is that we all know from the beginning of the CTV how Mr. Cummings, people even said the 2 guys here, maybe if Cummings win the ticket of CTV, he's going to break the law as his vice president. They were moving. At one point, sir, they want to ask him to perform. It was the law who put it on the head. But when the issue of thinking about, Ellis Cummings immediately wrote the CPP's lawmakers and asked them to return the people's money. There where the fallout came from between the law and Mr. Cummings and Yomli Kanga. This is how they went behind Omen Boaka.
I want you to summarize if you can. Because I have other people with it.
The little girl. Did Boaka say anything? No. Mr. Cummings' point has always been the law is the one that people are not respecting. So the president told the law said declare your asset before you taste it. 2 weeks or almost a month, he was president before he declared the asset. So there's a vast difference between the 2 of them.
Thank you. Thank you so much, as always. Thank you. So let's go to the line here. 610.
Give us an update before we take the next caller. What's going on with our Cash App and our Zelle?
Okay, hold on, caller. Hold on, one caller.
Yeah, so, people talking.
One person sent $10. That's it.
Are you serious?
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead.
I'm serious. One person sent $10. Yes. So
All right.
your caller, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Sekou.
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to make my input on this show. I listened to the several callers, and so guy said something whether if Kumi could the only thing as a way to support it, and but I want for to understand that we should not put our neck on the chopping board for our leaders, because if you can recall, that 75,000 our students during that Turkey campaign, Kumi didn't take any action on those guys that ate that money. Those BP names that was connected to that money, they didn't take any
No,
action.
he did. They refused to prosecute them. Said to get that part right.
My man, hold on 1 second. Kumi is now our leader in the first place on SKTV. So those who are calling, no, just listen now. Listen, you will finish the talk because you're trying to correct certain thing. The CPP took the people to the police. They were investigated. The government refused to prosecute them. But yes, they took action.
Yeah, but there was no suspension made from his side.
Because nobody was guilty. Nobody was guilty of anything. That was the problem. You can investigate first, and then after the result of an investigation, then you can make suspension or dismissal. But there was no clear picture as to who did what, because the government was supposed to be investigating. They didn't care because it was not there because of politics.
Okay, thank you for that. That was my point, because that's the only time I have a problem with it.
Okay.
Because of that money, there was nothing done.
Yeah.
Me and much I'm able to understand. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No problem, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, Monk.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let me check the other stuff.
Check out Zell. Today's Saturday, man. Today's weekend. You didn't show up yesterday. Today.
Yeah. So another person sent $25 after that $10. So,
you'll do something before the show come to an end. At least 25 or 29 band. Yeah, you see, the thing is, we got to inform our people. Cummins people went beyond the court of duty. Cummins is not the president of Liberia. Cummins is not the one occupying the executive mansion.
Mr. Maholo, you got noise behind you. I don't know if you're calling to.
Oh, okay. Yes, Mr. Maholo.
Mr. Maholo, is that music behind you? You gotta turn that music off. Yeah. When you call, at least you got to make sure that around you is quiet. Yeah. You're good now. Yes. Oh, what say you?
Okay, how you doing, Sekou and Mark and Steve?
We are doing great.
And all the panelists. Listen, I wanted to make a correction. Sekou Kromah, I mean, I understand you love your United Party, but sometimes you got to be real. And sometimes you got to try to get informed about things before you try to defend it. You see, the Ivorian Constitution is like the French Constitution. In France, you can be a mayor and be a representative and also be a minister. That's not Liberia's Constitution. In Liberia, you can't. So stop comparing what happened in Ivory Coast to what happens in Liberia. It is normal in France for a man to be a mayor, at the same time minister, at the same time a representative. That's part of the law. It can happen. So don't confuse it with what happens in Liberia. Liberia Constitution don't allow that. As far as this, what they call them?
That's a recovery?
Recovery people. The first thing is
recovery people.
That didn't start right will not be right. That thing is not job for Parkinson's or supporters who cheerleaders and all that. No. That thing is for scrutinized lawyers and economists who have studied how money flows and how the law is, to be able to follow the money, trace things, and then use the police and, if necessary, the military to follow up and get these things from people. But you don't just come and put the Martin Qualley, the Manuel Gonkwe, and you're expecting to. So, of course, they will not go nowhere. I don't think they wanted it to go anywhere. Because according to what the people voted for Joseph Boakai, they say he was experienced. But from what we can see, like we said during the campaign, he was part of the government, but he didn't get no experience. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, he was there, but he did not learn anything. Like Joseph.
Oh, wow, you get saying he was there, but he learned nothing.
I was just about to call Jagger Kolbani. So the man was there, but the man he learned nothing for 47 years, according to Yaka Kolba. Yeah, among at least we can get, I don't know, we got many people, 2 people, right? 3 people.
Yeah, these people.
We can get 10 people to
yeah, y'all do 10 at least before we leave this show. We'll give you at least 15, 20 minutes. Come on, man.
We got 2 people, but you know, let me say something.
Yeah,
the likes of Emmanuel Gwankwe and Martin Colley and all the people that joined the rescue team in support of Joseph Boakai, and they were compensated with job. You ask yourself, why that lady whose husband was given the job was given the position of
sport ambassador?
No, I'm talking about the wife was given the position of senior political advisor.
Yeah, to Joseph Boakai, supermodel.
Why? Why? Because Joseph Boakai wanted to satisfy everybody that supported him. Want to give everybody some job, and those were Nyomli's recommendation. We got a lot of other people that were not giving job, but making that guy sports ambassador as somebody from Senegal, and a job that they said is supposed to be for a Liberian, also speaks volume of Joseph Boakai not knowing, what to do, or he's not the one actually in control. And those that are in control, they don't know what's going on. And beyond that, the asset recovery thing that you guys were talking about. From the onset on SKTV, we said it was a joke. It was not going anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And I think United Party supporters should be thankful, and at this point, being appreciative and commending SKTV at this point to say, well, you guys were right. Let's agree now. You say SKTV, we don't like Joseph Boakai, we don't like his government, we're not supporting his government. What about those that are resigning now? How are they resigning?
Yeah.
If things were going good, if Joseph Boakai actually knew what he was doing, if the government was functioning like a government, you think this guy would be resigning? No. Even the statement from Emmanuel Gonkwe alone that people don't know what they are doing, giving money coming in, they don't know what they're going to do with the money. And somebody came and said, my man, you really want to show your face to the book and support him?
Yeah, the room is empty now, so there's nobody coming in here. You're sure. You're solid, man. You're sure, man.
Yeah. So it's still the same. Nothing have changed. So, Monk, the government is failing. I'm not saying the government has failed already, but they are not making any progress. And to see some of the most important supporters, because they were very instrumental in making Joseph Boakai president.
All right, let me get off camera.
For them to actually be resigning from their position, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. It's like, so Monk, I hear the sound.
Yeah, they need to show up to this Saturday.
Yeah, another person sent $25 to.
Yeah, at least 20. Oh, $10 won't do it.
So we got we had 3, right? We had 2 people, right? Down 3. Let me see. I want to make sure that one came to 0. The first 2 came to Cash App. So we got 3. We got 7 more to go. And we said we're going to do at least, I guess, 7
at
people.
Least 10. Yeah, at least 10. 7
at least 10 people. So 7 to go.
Yeah.
On my big screen here, I'm seeing close to 500 people. I'm seeing 400.
Yeah, can you imagine that? And we can do 10 out of 500, man.
If you got 2 people, then 10 people, then that's not correct.
Yeah.
Somebody was saying, "Oh, Sekou, don't do that to us." We watch this show. We're not in America. That's true.
I know.
Yeah, we have somebody on the list of stakeholders from Australia, and they've been supporting SKTV from all the way Australia. Because they love SKTV, and they believe SKTV, and they like the fact that SKTV provide information that are factual, and for the most part, we have gotten it maybe 99% of the time. Everything we have said have come to pass. Because of that, people respect SKTV. And those that are making that possible are people who've been supporting us, making sure that we take care of our guys back home. Information is not cheap, you know that. And doing investigative journalism is not just
easy. Bad weather, bad road condition.
A lot going on in our country. But we got all the information for you every time, pro bono. So to just encourage our guys, not a bad thing. And that's why sometimes I told Monk the other day that I can even be reluctant to ask people to support, because
no, if they get support, then the show cannot continue. It gets simple.
We have the same group of people that are supporting us all the time.
Yeah.
All the new people that come in, some people that are even old. I mean, they are not even new, but they've been here forever, but they never support at all. For them, they want us to go down because they believe that whatever we're doing it against their government.
Yeah.
We have some CDCN with the mindset before. They never supported us since that time.
Oh, yeah.
And we have some Unity Party to a similar mindset. So,
we are fighting against 2 opposing forces on SKTV.
Yeah. So some people feel like we are just there to
criticize. Yeah, that's how they see it,
Yeah. So among we got 2 now. So that's like 2 and that's 4.
Yeah.
So 6 more to go.
6 more. We'll cut it off.
6 more people to go.
Sekou, I get one to say something. I mean, in Liberian politics, one thing our people don't understand, everything cannot be about politics. Is the idea of taking side that they always miss the bigger picture.
Yes.
You see, we came on the show. I'm now a lawyer. I never recover assets in my life. That's why I love expert opinion. I do a lot of extensive research. I read, I follow. We get 2 case studies on SKTV. I gave you the situation Mohammed Buhari in Nigeria. Under Jonathan Goodluck government, more than $150 billion left Nigeria. 50 billion with a B. When Buhari came, Buhari's first order of operation was, I must recoup stolen asset. But Buhari never knew that it's one of the most complicated processes in the world, or process. He assembled a team. He came to the Obama White House because he understands that the United States runs the global financial system when it comes to money transfer. The World Bank and the IMF headquarters is in New York. He knows that. He came for help. How do we recoup, or how can we recoup $150 billion? When they gave it a gist of how the thing is done, and they show him people who transfer money, even the people that were on his own asset recovery team, some of them transfer money out of Nigeria illegally for Jonathan Goodluck government. That was the end. The second instance we gave you was in Russia. I mean, in Ukraine, we had the guy Viktor Yanukovych, the Russian puppet that was kicked out of power. I think it was 2013. That guy would have built the gold castle where the whole presidential mansion was so gold plated. But how do you take that money out? We told you guys that the whole asset recovery thing was a waste of time or resources. You got to do it through the court. You have to identify what you want to recuperate before you can even go on the process. You need expert, you need forensic, financial investigator, and top lawyer because of what you need. But no, nobody pay attention. But now you want to play Martin, or Imaya Gongwe, who just resigned and saying, oh, things not going. Imaya Gongwe, I'm not saying that he's the moral compass. At least he did something that Ellis Coffee couldn't have done.
Yeah.
But Imaya Gongwe only worked with the GSA when it comes to the property aspect. That subcommittee within the asset recovery. He's only the one running the operation. But how about the guy who to be the financial expert that controls the financial division of the asset recovery team? If you cannot even give us like a term of reference in how you are going to carry on this operation, you want me to hold Imaya Gongwe responsible? Let's just assume he did it for a political reason or he doesn't have integrity. But what about the people who claim to be the top professionals?
Yeah.
You got a Supreme Court justice sending signal to your lawmaker to get them more money, and you want me to do it? Come on, man. Y'all be serious for once. It's not politics. It's beyond politics. Go ahead.
Yes. So I want to agree with you. And Liberian case is different from any other country in the world. First, most of our citizens, most of our supporters of government and president, they are blunt loyalists. They don't look at things from the right perspective. They look at it from partisan standpoint and their loyalty to their masters. So they are not even open to learning new things. As long you have said one or two things about Joseph, two things about Joseph Nima Boakai, you are automatically an enemy of Joseph Boakai or enemy of Joseph Boakai's government. So even if you come out to say some good things, it will not be considered. They will not even have the listening ear to pay attention to what you're saying, because you have once upon a time said something about Joseph Nima Boakai that were not favorable to him. So for them, it's all about loyalty. It's all about partisanship. It's all about tribalism. It's all about who know you. It's all about who is working in the government from my family. Like I said the last time, even the guy who was speaking yesterday, most of the guys that were criticizing Joseph Nima Boakai during the election, because one or two people from their family or their associate or close associate, close friends were given position in Joseph Boakai government. For them, the government is good now. For them, the country is in good hand. For them, the country is on the right trajectory because they have their family members being appointed or being given position. Some of them believe, oh yes, they put up government, I'm going to put government, so I can appoint X amount of government good person. So Joe government a good government now. No, that's not how it works. Because Joe Baga appointed one or two people in your government, from your family, or in your party, or because few Maningo people are happy, then it means that all the Maningo people feel happy because the country is good now. No. Do you know how many of them over there, they can't even get food to eat? Do you know how many because of, they're not ever going to work in government for the country to be good. All you need to do is to hold the government to the feet to the fire, making sure that they do the right thing that will benefit the entire country holistically, not just handful of people that are working in government. And that's even making the job difficult for the president. People don't have to work in government to succeed. And not everybody have to work in government for the country to be good. All you need to do is to make sure you provide a conducive environment that will attract investors. You also invest money in private sectors that will create room to create jobs for ordinary Liberians, then the country is good. But simply because one or two people from your family, your friends, and your associate are appointed, then automatically the country is good. What about people who don't have the appointment? So I just wanted to clarify some of those things. And Monk, I think we will just check it up, and whatever's going on, we can just call it a day. But like I've said to you guys behind the scene, there will be time you will not be seeing me on the show. I'll be busy doing, focusing on my work. And I used to do that before. Honestly, I used to do the show when I want to, if I have time, but I will keep focusing on my legal hustle, because if they show things can interfere even with my job schedule, whatever I want to do. If I'm looking for a job, it has to be something that I have to do in the night or sometime after the show time. It's interfering on a lot of stuff. And it's not only that, but I have to also, spending from my pocket to take care of people. You don't even know what I'm going through.
I know, right? When those guys calling at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, my man, I volunteer on SK TV. I gave you my time. Stay here with me to post something in your pocket. Well, I mean, easy.
Yeah. So, but man, let me tell you, on a daily basis, somebody can just call me and say, "I just check you," but I know it's not just.
I know what I check is over.
Yeah. How you doing today, Chief? I know. Yeah, I know they want me to know how they're doing, so I can understand. I've been on this thing for a long time now.
I know.
But yeah, so it's kind of a little bit challenging, but we can only operate within our means, right? So again, those are we consider as our stakeholders. They are doing good.
Somebody said you should answer the sister question. She said, how to be part of SKTV? One Vivian, Allison, and Bertha Steve was a, please answer the lady question. I just saying it. Sorry for that.
So somebody said, what was the question again? How?
She said how to be a part of SKTV, maybe subscription services.
Oh no, she said how to send contribution.
Oh, okay.
How can I send contribution to SKTV? It's either cash app or Zelle.
Yeah, on the screen.
The Zelle number is just right there. Both that number stands for both Zelle and cash app. Vivian. So the number, if you don't have it, write it down. It's 480-862-0783.
Yeah, Vivian, Allison. Or maybe she asked two questions because they want to show. I'm using two screens here on my phone.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm seeing another question. She said,
how to be a part of SKTV? She wants to be part of the stakeholder. Yeah.
The subscription or something else. Maybe.
With that one, just
inbox
me or Steve, and with your regular phone number that is on WhatsApp, then we can take it from there. Yeah. Anybody want to be a part? Just inbox me. Inbox.
Yeah, y'all help us help our guys back there. If y'all want this credible information coming your way all the time, it cannot be politics because I want to know my Unity Party, put my CDC, put I want to oil about. Once you notice that when we're talking about this open-ended discussion, they can be the response they can hear them. The moment you say this, they don't want to contribute on that Friday.
One of the best followers also asking, when are you going to host the show?
Oh, yeah. I can host again at my location. I always getting interrupted. That's one of the reasons I don't be on camera. But we get to the end. I mean, somewhere I am. I decided to keep this particular information private, except for my guys. They know what I'm going through at the moment. Yeah. So you will, within a couple of months time, you will see the Hmong every day, and I will be on live camera once I can get out of this setting. So don't worry. I will be a host. Not only one, but many days. So be patient.
Yep. There'll be some special days where wouldn't it be for Hmong and
I will just host the entire show. So you just enter, pray for long life, and we'll be okay.
Yeah. So yes, my people, thank you.
Guy was 6. We hit the 6 target.
Let me see. Let me make sure. It was two there on So let me go back to the cash app. 2, 3, 4. That's it. 4 people. So the 6 we said we wanted to get, we're not getting it.
4?
Yeah, we're not 6 people. So we not got 4 people that contributed. So we needed 6 more.
We need that 10 and we got 4, so we level 6 more.
Yeah,
but 7. Now we got 6.
You think it will come through?
Y'all come through, man. We can get you 10 more minutes. Y'all come through. 6 times 2 is 12. That bug in the 20. Or one person can get it 120, and then we'll close the show.
More, you want to map can be so quick.
Yeah, I like simple stuff. For me, I don't like things to be too complicated. You know.
Yeah. So you know, maybe tomorrow is another day. But I don't just let us talk about money.
Yeah, I don't let them talk about money every day. We do it one. That was a Friday. You know, Friday is charming. That's it.
I don't like that.
Yeah, the whole morning thing.
All right. See, one person sent something again.
Yeah.
One
person can get bail out of prison. Just send 120.
No, I think the person who sent this one, that person has sent $10 initially.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first person, and then the person just sent another $10. So we can still count that. Then we start go far more people.
Vivian Allison says she got 3 options. The phone number or what number is should I use? Just use the one on the screen, the 480 that's showing, right?
480.
Yeah.
The phone number is good.
Cash out, easier way. Cash out with the number.
Cash App and Zelle is good. But that number is on both Cash App and Zelle. So
Zelle, okay, it's the same thing.
Don't use that phone number.
Yep.
Yeah. In fact, yeah, you will see you will see it. So yeah. So let's see if Vivian come through, then that will make it what?
Yeah. Maybe she might have to bid it out. That 120. Somebody will get paid 120 again. We get billed out of prison, then we don't for today.
For today, right? Yeah. So we don't want to actually talk about money tomorrow.
No, tomorrow we done with the money. We did the money on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, we did money on Friday. The only 2 people did. So let's do. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, you're live on SKTV.
Hey, man, what's up, man? I want to friend my friend, but somebody can't give my son in my man. So, what can I do? I can send it to you, my man.
Who's this?
This is Nathaniel DeMar.
Is there somebody keep doing what? Keep hugging your stuff?
Yeah.
But man, you can't be serious, man.
Oh, Vivian Allison says she's building all of them out of prison. She paying 120. That's great, Vivian. You
Huh?
stay up. Vivian Allison says I will pay the 120.
And somebody can't give my account. I'm going to go home.
So what you want to do?
I don't know where you get anybody in Minnesota can drop it out. You got bought, my man.
Yeah, I got somebody there.
Okay, then. Well, yeah, just send it to me on Monday. I will drop it up because right now, somewhere right now. So Monday, I will get the bill and get them bought, yeah?
Okay, so you want somebody to go to you get them bug on Monday? Okay, I will send the person number to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can call them Monday and give it to them.
I'm reading one phone come here from GGG. Right. She said, "Mom, please hold Vivian hands and bring her to the altar with her collection." I know, right? That's funny. For offering. Yeah. Vivian gonna build the rest of the prisoner out for Saturday to close the whole thing about the whole money issue.
Yeah. So once the ego land, they will let you know.
Yeah. You explain some story, right, about how these guys can call you back from home, right, randomly. So one time I saw some screen number. The president called me and said, "Present money." He said, "I said, well, who is there? You must have never communicated before."
It's an SKTV.
He said, "Brother, for SKTV." Because I know Cyrus, I know Golden Hat, and Samson. Samson, we are always calling him and I can communicate. But somebody else, I'm gonna call it. Then he said, "My man, don't tell that." I said, "Why?" I said, "Who's there?" He said, "Bro, you get to the SKTV." I said, "Okay, I understand."
And then you were like, "But why you call Seku?" And so somebody can call like 2 in the morning,
Yeah, 5 a.m. I got a call. And he was brave to even call on video. I said, "Damn, who will call me on video?" I said, "Damn, who's there?" So I called back. I said, "But I'm not calling on video." I said, "But man, you know the time." I said, 5 a.m. He said, "Brother, man, don't dare that." I said, "Well, who are you?" He called it in, yeah, put the SKTV. I said, okay, now I know what's going on.
know what's up. Yo. So I mean,
So I know your case can be worse because if I'm
my man, trust me, you know, I'm kind of used to it now. And sometimes I really have to go extra mile. Some of the things that can be really, really challenging, and some of them really, really need it. Not because they want to exploit, they just need, sometimes they need it, to be honest. Mostly they need it. You know, like one of the guys who always like to travel to go to places, his own is not just about just the data on the phone, but to move around. You know, I love looking. Data can finish so quick.
You can cheat them, man. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Data can finish so quick. So so maybe I mean let me see here. One. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Somebody, let me see here. Yeah. Somebody sent out $20 to SKTV again. So after that $10 person. So yeah, so we still there. The Vivian thing has not come through yet.
Yeah, Vivian, maybe she working on something because she said she want to build a whole grow 120. So maybe when she land in, when her own ego land in, those other small birds will be landing the wrong way.
You know, you were saying something that I was not watching the show. I was not on the show that time. I was just listening to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Joseph Mabaka and Parable.
Oh, the Parable. Oh, yeah, he told him I go and say.
Yeah, he said put the ear.
They put earring in there. Yeah, why he said the Costa. He said, "Oh, Costa, my favorite nephew. You put my ear. When you put earring inside, the ear stay empty."
Yeah, you told me so when money coming, money stay not, money not coming.
So he told my and say, "My man, the 22 players on the soccer team, all of them can start again together." So be hustling.
Be on the sideline, be on the bench.
Yeah,
you know?
be hustling here there. I can find you somewhere.
Yeah.
But I guess the nature of the game over there is all about job. People must survive. You know, it's not easy.
Yeah. So Vivian, when you want to be a part of the SKTV stakeholders thing, just inbox us, and then we will definitely add you. We'll have a conversation. We'll tell you exactly what's going on with it. We've got a lot of good people on there. You know, they are some of the best people, you know, from our country. So yes, Mo, you think we should call it a day? Maybe you just look forward to Vivian contribution, or you want us to stay here to get it? I don't know. What do you want to do? You want to be here for another 5 minutes till we get there, or we just call it a day and just, you know, expect something to come down? What's your take, Monk? Brazilian Monk.
You hear me, Sagu? I'm here.
Yeah, I was saying, do you want us to? Okay, I was asking you, do you want us to actually get wait for to get the support from Vivian, or you want us to just go? Maybe we can.
Yeah, that way I live. I saw Vivian should be working on something because she says she's about to do it and she asked for the number. So at least she's a stakeholder. So we got to announce it here. I mean, since she volunteered to do it, at least let the audience know that Vivian show up on Saturday. For
the fact that she even said it in public, because some people want to give money, they don't want.
Yeah, they will give it in. Yeah.
The fact that she is willing to do, but yeah, while we wait for that sister to come through, Monk, I wanted to talk about the president's visit here in the United States. We know there was a program in Dallas. That one is overweight. And we learned that the president is going to be doing a town hall today in somewhere in Atlanta, Georgia. And we don't know his next move. But have we gotten any information in terms of the achievement or the outcome, or what the takeaway for Liberia from this conference? Have the government updated the Liberian people yet through any means?
I don't think so from what I checked so far, not from my sources on ground in Texas or Dallas. And I haven't seen anything on the executive mansion website, but I maintain my position when it comes to the international trip. Because for me, I think the all about money making, is all about traveling experiences, it's all about getting some top level services when you travel at the expense of taxpayer. So my own benchmark I set up for international trip is, I know if you make contact with an investor within 3 to 4 months time, you should get some feedback as to that how I can tabulate or I can calculate the benefit from the international trips our president make. Like taking back to Madame Salif. I know when Madame Salif chauffeur when she come with that Bazan suit, she entered that warehouse, she not going home empty handed. She did it repeatedly, especially from the Bush administration all the way to Obama. Every time Madame Salif leave from here, it's some kind of MCC grant, it's some kind of educational grant. So when in recent memory, I cannot name any president that came close to what she was able to take from here. I tell people, our economy is a very small economy. We're an impoverished and poor country. We depend on foreign aid. We rely on foreign aid, even up to our budget, from police to military. Everything is foreign partners that will be sending little thing here and there. So I don't have a problem when the president get into a private jet, or he wear a first class, or he brings 65 person behind him of people. My thing is, when you leave from here, can the Liberian people say, yeah, that investment was worth it in terms of the return? That's what I look for. So the Baga people, they can crisscross the continental United States, or I'm waiting for 90 days after this trip. We need to hear what some of the yield, some of the fruitful outcomes of this trip.
That's but that will be about the fruitful outcome. But the reporting will have nothing to do with what to expect. Let it just give a clear picture as to what happened there, whether it was positive.
But these people, when it come to being fair and open with information, they haven't proven to be of the highest standard. They will lie on things that they have no reason lying on. You know, one time, Chairman Yatoma saw this. Chairman said sometimes I don't understand these guys. The people said that they were going to vote for Joseph Baga in for his empty casket. So if you're coming for a medical follow-up or check-up, why should you lie about it? The people already voted you, you're already president.
Yeah.
You're not going to relive the elections. The elections are over. The people said that even in your sick bed, they will vote for you. So if I'm coming for my medical treatment, there's no need to allow on that trip. I just telling my people, I'm going for my regular annual checkup or my quarterly checkup and just travel. Simple. Why lie about it?
Simple as that. Yeah, man. That's what's up. Yeah. So yeah, Monk, hold on. Yeah, somebody is asking. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, so the Zelle came through. Let me just make sure. Yeah, Monk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the $120 came through.
Wow.
From
promise kept.
From VVM V. Allison.
Yep.
So to all our supporters, fans, and well wishers, I want to say thank you for following, but I want us to also extend our thanks and appreciation to VVM for doing what she did today. Yeah, other names that I don't like to call them. They don't want me to call them. I've been doing similar stuff. You know, I've always said it because me, I let transparency.
Oh yeah.
You go do something, you say it. Sometimes they don't want me to call their name for their own personal reason. I will not call their name, but I always want to, make reference of them for being around and doing, things for us when we need them. These can go a long way, trust me. Far, far, far. You don't know. You can't imagine. You don't know. You have no idea how much I appreciate some of these stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Because sometimes by the time the show finish, before you know everything finish go. You heard one of the guys, Sekou saying the other day here, even remember Sekou when he gave him money, $25, he said, well,
yeah, gasoline to SKTV because I know we'll still get it back.
Paying for the gasoline for
because you know what's up.
Yeah, and not only that too, there are other things that will be actually helpful to most of those guys. But we can't say everything we do for our people back home because they too, you know, they are doing sacrifices for us. So
oh yeah, for sure.
Everybody, even being in Liberia alone and being critical of the government.
Yeah,
you know,
there's a real factor to it too. People can attack them, you know.
So they are doing good, and just because of you people, we always, you know, we also promise to be here every day. That's why we are doing this. Other than that, it's challenging very much. So, Monk, I think we can call it a day. We don't want to who our people.
Yeah, let's call it a day. And thanks to Vivian again. You a stakeholder. You're going to read the next prison reform bill because you just built a lot of people off from prison, and we're going to make you the hell of the prison guard for Saturday. Yeah, thanks again.
Yeah, my people, yeah, thank you. Yeah, people are thanking her. You know, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Tomorrow we'll be here another day.
We'll be here tomorrow.
All right, guys.
All right, my brother. Thank you so much. My people, yeah, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. And those of you who said they like my shades, thank you guys. You know, I know Steve was jealous of my shades. You know, Steve always jealous. If you see any good thing like that, you say you think we got missing, you come and get it. So Steve is jealous. I know they think if I don't be careful, we got missing in a few days. I'll have to go buy another one. Yeah, but I want to say thank you to all of you for the support and being here. We really, really appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.